Well, ladies and gentlemen, we is live. Thank you very much. How is everyone tonight? We have already one person watching, hopefully. Let me do an audio check. Oh, the audio will come up, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, that's okay. We have good audio. All right, let's share. I guess we should share. Hello's J-Rocks. Let me share Discord. You can talk, J-Rock. You can talk. You can talk the talk. Can you talk? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me see. Oh, there's nothing. There's no one alive on any server. I mean, what it's like discussing organic versus taxes in general? Organic versus taxes? I don't know what that means. Maybe later. Well, there's no one here now. Let me post my usual message. Oh, J-Rock is gone. So let's go to Discord and paste this. Debate anyone. Copy paste. Let's go to this server. General, I guess. Wait, yeah. Hey J-Rock, you're back. And this is KFC. Paste Discord. Where do people usually post? I don't know. Well, there's no one here usually. Erudite. There's so many rooms, but there's no general chat. Server subscription announcement. Rules, community, shameless logs, roles, streams, open. Erudite's room? She's here? Oh, it's locked. Voice, master control, fantasy. I guess general chat, we should put it. Let's see what we got. Next, Moxseek. General chat. Paste. No. Yeah. What else we got? Okay, vegan. The vegan universe. Oh, the rooms are full. Yeah, we probably should only do a night show because day shows the servers are dead. So I think maybe we should only do night shows. What's going on, J-Rock? I'm gonna see if we can. Let's go into pig.
Live. There we go.
I want to, and I don't really want to right now.
So you're scared?
Hey, can I interrupt for 1 minute? Does anybody want to?
She's not scared. Maybe she just wants to chill, man.
Hey, 1 second, guys. I'm looking to debate anyone for 1 hour. Is anyone interested? I posted the.
Why don't you just tell people what it is? What's the debate about?
Oh, it's a list of topics. You can choose any one. I mean, obviously, if you want to debate veganism, I'll debate veganism.
We're talking about nuclear war, bro. Get out of here with your silly-looking ass.
Wait, does anybody want to debate me? We can go to a different room.
No, we're talking about nuclear war. Get out of here, bro.
And
You're
European
gonna stop
fucking lame shit.
monologuing.
No. But if you want Italian food, stop being vegan. It's like, oh, I want Italian food.
Yeah,
I
there's
want
literally
veganism.
Italian food.
Barbecue
No
vegetables.
such thing.
Brother.
No
Every
such thing
Italian
as
place I
Italian
go
food
to.
as vegan. Shut up.
Every
No such
Italian
thing
place
as
I go
Italian
to, like they've got like I'm going to a vegan, like my wife and I are going to Italy this summer, and the whole thing's gonna be vegan. So like,
Oh, you're
It's
gonna.
not.
Hello, Yen Madara. Are you alive? I guess you're not alive. I guess you're not alive. So let's go back into this noisy pit.
Actually,
Italian
real
food.
real
It's not
pizza
Italian
if it
food.
doesn't
It's
have
not
real
Italian food.
margarita, real
It's
cheese on it,
vegan.
right?
It's vegan food that tastes like trash compared to actually real Italian food.
Nah,
So all
bro.
you go there to
Who
Italia.
cares, bro?
So you go
That's
to Italy
subjective,
to
Garuda.
eat.
Doesn't mean anything.
All you doing is
Doesn't
going
mean
to
anything,
Italy.
Garuda. You don't get
I
it.
Hey,
it does taste
I
good.
can make
Though.
Can I
I
interrupt?
can make fake Italy food in America though,
Can
and
I-
then not even be in Lena Italy though,
Can I interrupt?
because you don't even know the tomatoes and the beef
You
sauce
know,
and all that stuff
Garuda,
like that.
you can
and
make
the
your own
eggs.
spaghetti meatballs, your own spaghetti carbonara, your own spaghetti anything, and it will taste great.
Yeah, but that is me eating carbonara, but it's not
Yeah,
vegan.
and just
Carbonara
veggie
is not vegan
meatballs.
though, dickhead.
Dickhead, wait a second.
Bro, I just get
You from the UK?
meatballs made from
You from the
peas.
UK? Big man thing in it, cuz.
Yeah.
My man from Britain's
Are
gonna
you
shake
even
you,
Let me
bro.
go.
old
Let
enough
me
to
go
be on
to
this
Italy.
website? I don't
Let
know.
me go
Yes,
to
I
Italy
am.
and eat.
Yes,
Let me
I
go
am.
to
How old are
Italy
you?
and eat fucking gross
14.
lame Italian
Hey,
food though.
hey,
I
can
feel
I-
like I'm a vegan is like,
Hey,
okay, so you're
Yeah,
vegan in
like
Italy.
hey,
being
You
this
don't
weird,
even
being 13.
experience the actually real culinary. The whole culinary advancement of fucking Italy. But you want to go over there and say like, oh yeah, let me go bring some fucking weird version of Italy, versions of fucking carbonara, which is fucking gross and boring with your fucking fake meats. No aubergine or no fucking fake meat could actually save you from actually having a real meal. All you eating is nothing more than fucking
The
slop.
real meal?
wait, can I?
You might as
Bruh.
well. You might as
You
well.
guys are like, who the heck
You might as well
cares,
go
man?
to you vegans might as well go to Italy and eat a hot pocket.
Wait, can I?
Wait,
Can
Hot
I stop
Pockets
you
aren't
guys for
vegan,
1
though.
minute? Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm interested in debating anyone on anything. I posted my list of topics. Anyone wants to debate me in a separate
Debate
room?
Garuda.
Debate
Big
Garuda,
Garuda.
yes.
Big Garuda.
No,
Nah,
Garuda
debate
will
Reddit,
smash
bro.
you.
Do you have a proposition you would like to debate on?
I have a list. I posted. I'll post it again.
No, make him debate Garuda. That's the only person he can
Yep.
debate. Garuda.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Nobody
you
else
debate
in
me,
here want to debate.
I have all propositions, but if you debate me, you will lose. So either you debate
True.
me
Here we
or
go
you
again.
just be quiet though.
Wait, what are
We're
your
just right.
what's your moral position? Do you believe in
No,
morality?
you'll find out, bro. You'll find out. You find
Yeah,
out.
go and find out. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's more better. Yeah, let's go and find out.
Garuda has debated prominent vegans on YouTube before, so you're in good hands.
Wait, I'm an
Yeah.
anti-vegan, so we're not gonna debate veganism, obviously.
Yeah, no, but you'll find
I'm not anti-vegan though.
You'll find something wrong with your stances, though. Don't worry. You'll see. Bro, you will get more people to watch your stream with Garuda on it than you won't. Just trust us.
All right, but can we debate here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure, go.
Okay, so what's it?
Everybody else will be quiet.
What's the proposition? What do you want to debate? I posted a list of topics. One of them is veganism, but there's other topics. Do you want to take a look at it?
Are you a vegan? Are you a vegan or are you a plant-based poser?
No, I'm
Because
an
of meat.
No, I'm not a poser. I'm an anti-vegan activist. I come here to debate twice a day,
Oh,
every day.
oh, okay, good. I'm not anti-vegan, but I'm a meat-based dieter. So you need to like understand that I don't even like you because you're a fake.
What do you mean I'm fake?
Here we go.
Wait, if you sound fake, Wait, that's like ad hominem, right? Even even
No, it's
even
not
if
a.
I
It's
even if I don't
It's not
understand
a
what you're
ad
referring
hominem.
to.
It's not. No, it's not an ad hominem, but it's like a observable fact about you because you just said nothing more than nonsense. So
Wait, so you
prove
can
to
ask
me
me.
that you're nothing more than a Bambi.
Wait. We're not discussing me. We're discussing a topic. You can choose a topic from a list of topics on my page that I linked. We're not.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So I'll do you better. So
Okay.
unless this is your topics, we could debate right now because you said we could debate right now.
Yeah.
Name you your one most fulfillment debate that you want to do right now because I will destroy you in every shape, form, or fashion. Though, because I'm not a Hindu. I'm not a vegan, fake Hindu, and I'm also too not anti-vegan. So you better pull up because I could destroy you right now in 20 flavors. From
Look, do you know anything about quantum
Kanye has to
gravity?
get resurrected and
Do you know anything about quantum gravity and the black hole singularity, Einstein-Rosen
Stop
bridges?
using big
Oh
words.
yeah, he knows everything about that. Yeah.
yep,
Bro, stop using big words with Garuda. Remember, you've gone on your stream plenty of times saying that you like to discuss things as like you're talking to a child. If a 5-year-old can't understand, nobody's understanding quantum like physics, bro. Speak matter of factly that everybody can understand. Garuda's not going to engage in your big words.
I mean, I'm just asking. He asked me what my favorite topic is. That's my favorite topic. But fine, we could debate. Do you believe that 1 + 1 = 2?
I'm back, motherfuckers. What is happening right now?
Satan, right now, Garuda and
Mr. Slave.
Mr. Slave are having a debate.
Okay, Garuda.
I think there was a pretty good proposition there. It was science is a lie or science doesn't. What was it?
Science
Something about
defending-
science.
Science
Who's
TM.
defending what
Sigmar
position?
is a scam.
Science is a scam. What do you think about that,
Garuda,
Garuda?
are you pro science?
no, okay. So based on when it calls to like biology, I will deal with you in science. So you have to pull up though. So I'm just waiting for you to talk nonsense so I could like override you based on your nonsense though. So I'm waiting. You go over there sugarcoat for other people. So I'm waiting for you until you actually have an actual argument. Because at the end of the day, I know more about you than you know about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So engage in a debate or if I can call down to another time when you actually have your brain power to like solidify for you to actually come next to my fucking personness.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the problem I see in science, I mean, a lot of scientists, when they express themselves, you can see logical fallacies in what in how they think and and their positions. I mean, the
What's your
latest
stance though?
what?
What's your stance? Logical fallacy or actually facts or actually scientific consensus? Because scientific consensus is not even remotely close to scientific facts or facts. So what are you talking about exactly?
Right.
Like hurry up.
Yeah,
You're wasting my time.
that's a good example. Like the scientific.
It's not an example, I'm asking you a question.
What do you mean it's not an example? It isn't. You brought up examples, and I'm saying these are good examples. So the scientific.
So what's your point? We're debating. What's your point? What's your actual point?
For
Do
example,
you eat meat? Do you eat meat? Are you a vegan? Are you a vegetarian? Or are you a meat eater?
I'm not
So
going
wasting my time.
Yeah, we're not going to discuss me. We're going to discuss a debate topic. So, in
Okay.
reference to the scientific consensus that you brought up, so I mean, we noticed during COVID. We noticed that, for example, we do notice in reference to global warming that a scientific consensus keep being brought up as if it has any validity as an argument.
So what's your point about the code?
That's a logical fallacy.
Oh no, it's not. I don't see what you're talking about. Logical fallacy. I never took the jab, and I had the COVID 6 times. Actually, no, I had the COVID 7 times because I forgot about the recent one, but it didn't hurt me that much because I'm like relatively immune to it. Never took the jab. So what's your point?
Well, let's discuss the global warming consensus that we keep hearing about. Do you think a consensus in reference to a scientific analysis, in reference to a science like global warming, do you think a scientific consensus is a logical fallacy, or do you think it is a legitimate, it's legitimate, it's a legitimate talking point, scientific talking point?
Okay, so if not a logical fallacy, so you're talking about like Asia and China, because I live in America, we are the most eco-friendliest people on earth in America compared to freaking the United Kingdom and also to China and India. So what are you talking about? You have to be more specific when you're talking about this vague nonsense.
Right. So, in reference to global warming, to the science of climate science, you can hear many scientists discuss global warming as a phenomenon, and their evidence many times is the scientific consensus. Or do you think using a scientific consensus is a legitimate evidence when a scientist expresses their opinion or comes to a conclusion or analyzes a phenomenon, or is it a logical fallacy?
First of all, you just like appealing to on education as a base of authority, because a phenomenon is like a lightning bolt strike or like a tornado strike or like a basically like a earthquake strikes. That's a phenomenon that you cannot predict. But when you talk about like giving people like horrible foods or treat people in the caste system or people in like a different caste system based off like the government, that is something completely different. So you don't know. I don't even think you know what you're talking about. So can you be more specific?
Yeah, but this is the third time I'm saying this, so it's going to be my last time. If you don't if we don't progress from this point, then I'm gonna have to.
Okay, fine. Okay, so I'll engage into it though. Sorry, I apologize.
All right, so I'll repeat myself again. So, in reference to the global warming and climate science, specifically the global warming phenomenon, so called, many scientists, we have heard them speak about a scientific consensus in reference to global warming. The climate is warming, the climate, whatever. So, do you think that a scientific consensus is a logical fallacy, or do you think it is a valid evidence or theory? I mean, is it valid for a scientist to discuss a scientific consensus among scientists? What's your opinion?
Okay, so yeah, scientists could talk about it or not, but it's nothing more than pure pseudoscience and is not even remotely connected to actually the climate of Earth. So basically, it would be pseudoscience and it's nothing more than what you said on the latter.
Oh, so you're saying that a scientist talking about a scientific consensus, you're claiming is pseudo makes him a pseudoscientist or whatever, something like that?
No, a scientist consensus is not a fact, though. It's nothing more than a collective opinion.
Well, but again, do you think that scientists should reference a scientific consensus when they express an opinion, when they do an analysis? Do you think they should refer to a scientific consensus? Yes or no?
Because it's not a fact. And it's not even remotely close to a lane of a scientific hypothesis. A hypothetical. It's not even close to a hypothesis, and it's not even remotely close to a scientific fact. It's nothing more than an opinion that these people cannot prove it, but they still have an opinion. It's nothing more of faith-based. Scientific consensus is like we cannot prove anything, but it is all we come together and believe that we believe this is it. A belief is not a scientific fact. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So you're saying
Scientific consensus is not a fact, my guy.
So
learn about it.
Wait, I mean, my opinion is that is what makes current science institutions a scam because
Opinion
they
is not
keep.
a fact, though. But okay, sure,
What do you,
yeah, it's a scam.
oh, so we agree. So you agree with me on the
I don't agree.
resolution? You don't agree?
What I agree with, though.
I claim that science is a scam. The current science, the scientific establishment, the scientific, what I call science TM, science trademark, many people call it science trademark. It's a scam. One example is that scientists keep using a scientific consensus as a data point or as evidence. But you seem to agree with me, but then you seem to disagree. So I don't know. Could you answer with yes or no? Do you think using a scientific consensus is evidence in the within the scientific method? Please answer with a
No,
yes or no. Or you
no,
don't think?
no.
Okay, so we agree. So we agree on everything. So what do you feel we disagree on?
Actual factual based
Wait,
evidence.
no. What?
That is
Give
factual, not an opinion,
give me an
but based
example.
on scientific.
Wait, give me an example. What
Okay,
you think we disagree on? Give me an example.
okay. So I could give you two examples.
No, just one.
I was born as a male.
Wait,
Even though I was born as a male, I
how
can
is
never be a female.
wait.
That's one. Two. Two.
Wait, you're saying you know for a fact we disagree on something. I never expressed my opinion on sex or gender, so
No. I don't care about what you think. I don't care what you think because what you think is not scientific fact. But I'm trying to tell you two examples though. So you let me finish my first example and my second example.
no, just one example where you think we
I already told you
disagree.
my first example before I can even
Wait,
finish my first
you
example.
think we disagree because you were born as a man? You think I disagree with you on that? What's your
I
evidence
don't
that
know, and I don't care though. I
But
just
you
want to
said
finish my.
no, you said no, you said you think I disagree with you on this on this fact. How do you know I disagree with
Clearly,
you?
you didn't let me finish my first example before I can
You
even finish
said
it
the
off. So
first
clearly, you
you
disagree.
wanted to go to the second example, but the first example is that you feel that you were born as a man and that I disagree with you
I
on
don't
that.
feel no. I don't feel I was born a man. I looked down on my penis when I was young, and I'm like, oh, I'm a boy.
Wait, do you feel I
Thinking that look at all my freaking organs, like my freaking beans, my penis and my two sex, my sac and my two freaking like biology exists though. I'm not telling you that I feel like I'm a male. I'm
Wait,
telling you that I am a male.
wait, do you feel we have a
So this
disagreement
is
on
why I'm telling
anything?
you about facts though, but you bring in your opinion in there. So like
Wait, do you
either
think
you
wait, do you think we have a disagreement on anything in the world? Yes or no?
everything you just said.
So the answer is yes or no. Do you feel we have a disagreement on anything? Yes or no?
You have a disagreement on everything that you just said compared to what I just
So
said.
you think we have a disagreement on something that you said?
You asking me the question. I
Yeah.
have a disagreement with everything you just said to
No.
counteract it.
Okay,
What you said
all right.
based on your feelings
Name
versus
okay,
biology, anatomy.
name one thing you feel I disagree with you on.
Anatomy.
How do you
Human
know
anatomy.
how do you know my how do you know my opinion on human
Sorry
anatomy?
to interrupt. It sounds like you're agreeing.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay, so let's advance this a little bit. So you could agree with me or disagree with me on that, but let's advance this because I want you to disagree with me on that. When I was young, as far as I remember, when I was a child, I had a penis and balls, so I know I was a male.
Okay.
And then when I looked down, for as soon as I was evolving as a teen, young, pubescent young person,
What's your point?
to an adult right now, I had a penis and balls, so I know I'm a male. I'm not a woman. If I wear a dress, I'm still a man.
I don't have an opinion. I don't have an opinion on this matter, so
I don't want your opinion. Is a fact that I'm a male,
I
no
did,
matter if I put on a
I
dress.
never said anything about you being a male or something else. I
So
never.
what's your question then? So what's
I
your
don't have a
question?
question. Do you think we have a disagreement? Do you want to debate me on anything?
Well, I'm waiting for you to actually give a point.
Well, you want I can list you potential topics. Do you believe in global warming?
No, that's not true.
Okay, we disagree. We agree there. Do you believe that schooling is child abuse?
That's a vague question, but I don't believe in schooling child abuse. But however, though, I believe that parents should teach their kids, especially nowadays, because the school system is based off of anti-human, anti-family, anti-sex, and is nothing more than a bunch of woke trends. So basically, in the school system, they're trying to teach a kid to be racist, anti-family values, and also to pro
Wait, one
freaking
second.
woke
Wait,
trans
that's not my
and
question.
rainbow.
Why the
That's
No,
not
no,
my
no. Can I
question.
finish my fucking? Can I
That has
finish my
nothing to
sentence
do.
though?
That has nothing to do with my resolution. Do you believe school?
No, but you asked a question. You asked a question
I
though.
asked, do you
You asked a
agree
question.
or
You cut me off.
disagree if school is child abuse? If let's say if a child refuses to go to school, according to the law, you have to force the child. Police officer can force the child to go to school. Do you feel that's child abuse? Yes or no?
Depends on which country. Depends on which country and which kind of system of schooling.
The child doesn't want to go to school, period. But according to the law, let's say the law says he has to go to school. If he doesn't go to school, police will come and escort him to school physically. Do you think that's child abuse?
You can escort these nuts in your mouth.
Okay, so which country are you talking about though? Because I dropped out
It
of
doesn't
school,
matter. It
but no
doesn't.
one trying to force me into school though because they're not communists. If somebody tried to force me to school, they would get stabbed in their throat because I was just like back up because I wanted to go work to help my family.
Okay.
So you have to understand which part on the planet are you talking about though? Because not everyone.
We are in
Which
agreement.
part on the planet are you talking about
We are
though?
in agreement. We're in complete agreement. Let's go to the next topic.
I'm not in agreement with you though.
Next topic. So here I pasted it. Smoking might have many health benefits, therefore should be recommended. Do you agree or disagree?
Depends on if you're talking about cigarettes, cigars where you don't inhale, or marijuana.
Let's say cigarettes.
Okay, so what's your point about cigarettes versus
No, just cigarettes.
like puffing cigars where you don't inhale compared to marijuana when you full on inhale?
Wait, cigarettes you inhale, right?
You sure?
Do you think cigarettes are healthy? Yes or no?
I've never said cigarettes were healthy though. So what is the difference between cigarettes and marijuana when you inhale?
My resolution in my proposition is that cigarettes are healthy. They have health benefits. Do you agree or disagree?
Well, that's your prerogative. If you want to believe that,
Do you
I cannot
agree or
stop you.
disagree? Look, if you want to debate me, you need to disagree with me on something. Do you agree or disagree?
Okay, so I only disagree and agree with you if you're talking about the context of if you're smoking a cigarette compared to smoking a marijuana joint.
No.
So
My question is smoking healthy compared to not smoking? Smoking is
depends on what you're smoking though.
A cigarette.
Depends on what you're smoking.
A cigarette from the supermarket. Is smoking a cigarette from the supermarket healthy compared to not smoking a cigarette from the supermarket? That's my question. What's your opinion?
Your question is vague though because there's a lot of people who actually.
Here, I have a cigarette. I have a cigarette right in front of me right now. Would you recommend for me to smoke it as a health benefit? Yes or no?
Well, it's definitely not gonna be a health benefit, but I'll tell you just like throw away that cigarette and roll a joint, and you could. I prefer you to smoke a joint, so that's why you're saying you being vague and you being dishonest at this juncture.
Okay, let's try the last topic because we're not making progress. Okay, so humans, the last one.
Here for Garuda, I feel like you're letting this guy off a little bit easy.
Garuda, you gotta disagree with me on
Letting him
something.
off easy though.
Okay, Garuda. So here is the last topic that I suggest we debate. So I pasted it in the text. So humans are biological robots. Do you agree or disagree?
Disagree.
You disagree? Now, fantastic. So we can debate it finally. All right. So, so do you believe that humans are composed of molecules or not?
I believe everything is based on atoms, and humans are the most advanced atoms and combined to being human beings.
Okay,
So,
fantastic.
I don't
Atoms
agree with what
and
you just said.
no. So so far we agree. So you agree that humans are composed of atoms. Do you agree that atoms interact with other atoms based on the laws of nature, such as electromagnetism, gravity, and strong and weak nuclear forces? Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with that.
All right, so far we agree. So, but if you agree with, do you think there's any other way for atoms to interact besides the natural laws?
Yeah, because it's called oxygen, and it's called also to water because water has like 3 nucleuses of atoms that combine called H2O. So the human body is way complex than freaking a little tiny bead of water. So
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes. All you're
So
saying
you
is
need
that but yeah, but water and oxygen are just atoms. So we already agreed that the human
no no
body.
no 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 no. Oxygen is not an atom. There's multiple. There's 2 things that makes an atom to call water.
I don't understand. Anyway, this is kind of a waste of my time. I'm so sorry, Gordo.
No, it's called helium and oxygen, the 2
Yeah,
atoms.
yeah, that's
Thought you
okay.
guys were just starting to make progress.
No, no. I mean, it's I can debate anyone on any proposition, but this guy, he's a little bit. I mean,
He's just intellectually outclassing you.
he's
What do you mean?
intellectually outpacing us all. It's
Yeah,
too much.
wait, are you saying you can't? Like, what? You running? Wait, are you running away from
What's
this guy right
Yes,
now?
I'm
special
running.
about this
Running
guy?
away,
I'm running
bro.
away from Gerudo. Either that, or I'm going to kill myself.
Listen, Mr. Slave, I think you can take Garuda if you really
Mr.
like
Slave
to
got
try.
clapped by Garuda Legends. Let's
I
go.
already spent 30
That's why it's
minutes
Legends.
running around.
Bro, you just got fucking ragdolled by Garuda. That's
I
crazy.
know.
You're gonna leave
He
on this
is
note?
Yeah.
a super intellect.
That's crazy.
I know. Hey, Garudo, did you ever take the IQ test? What do you call the Mensa Swedish test?
That's
I
bro.
did,
That's
but the last time I did an IQ test in the military, I had like a score of like 107. So I basically like slightly above average, though. So I fall back.
Well, it's higher than mine. That's pretty good. No, I can tell you're smart, but I
It's higher
cannot.
than
But I mean, it's difficult to debate you. I mean, you're I guess either unwilling or unprepared to
No, I'm here
debate.
to debate you though, but you're just telling me a bunch of nonsense, and I'm just trying to correct you. So talk to me for real though, and debate. What actually are you debating about though? You just saying a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
Like what are you actually want to debate though? Because I'm not here to do it like an intellectual battle.
Yeah.
What do you want to debate though in your freaking heart of hearts? What do you want to talk about though?
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. I've I've tried again and again, and I'm getting no. We're
Wait,
making no.
Mr. Slave, did you guys try the veganism debate? Because that's one he
Yeah,
has
we
pretty
started
often.
it, but we agree on veganism. We're both anti-vegan or non-vegans or something like that.
I'm not anti-vegan. No, I'm not anti-vegan.
Yeah, he's
though.
not
You are
anti-vegan.
anti-vegan, dickhead.
Yeah,
How
I
am I
gave.
vegan?
he
You know how much vegan
disagrees.
women that will marry in a heartbeat and turn vegan though? So you need to stop fucking
I
judging
think
me
he
based on
disagrees
your
with you on.
ideology.
I think he disagrees with you on veganism. It's a conversation we have pretty often, so it's definitely one he can have with you. I think it'd be worth your time.
I tried. I really tried, and my time is
Well,
valuable.
it seems like you misunderstood him, right? Like you said that he's anti-vegan, but he's saying he's not.
What?
It
Yeah,
seems like there's more to
understand.
there's more
Wait,
there's
so
more
you're
to
just
there's
gonna
more
like
to there's more
straw
to
man the
invest
guy?
in there.
You can't just straw man him and then be
I
like,
know.
oh yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to debate it actually.
I
I'll just...
know. I'm just.
So you got to either take it back
I'm
or
just.
debate the
I'm
proposition.
just
He would go.
terrible.
He would go vegan for a girl, right, Garuda? Right? If you were offered a vegan girl,
Like would? And then we'll never cheat because I don't believe in cheating.
Yeah, see, so he's not anti-vegan, bro.
That's terrific. Does anybody else want to debate me, baby, in another room on one of my debate propositions before I kill
Why would
myself?
anyone debate you when you bad faith?
Yeah,
All right,
it's
all
true.
right. Yeah, I know. I'm a terrible person. I'm just so terrible.
You're not a terrible person. You just bad faith, sir.
Okay, so
Good
no
point.
one wants to
Or
debate
man.
me? All right, guys. Too
Well,
bad.
Garuda does, but you're too afraid to.
You're
Yeah,
running away,
I'm
kind of. Yeah.
afraid. I'm running away. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow.
I mean, you
Bye.
can say it in that voice. It doesn't change the fact that you're going to leave the VC and not
What do
debate
you want me
Garuda.
to do? I'm not here to, just.
Not lose. Like
What?
you've done consistently.
I
I
tried.
kept the good faith, but your bad faith. I kept the
Garuda,
good faith, but your bad faith is too aggressive,
I
though. I kept the
know.
good faith, but
I
your bad faith is
know.
just too aggressive, though.
I know. I'm just.
Slave, you just need to relax and enunciate a bit more. Just relax. Take it easy.
I'll try.
What is this advice about
Because
enunciation?
I love all humans because I'm a speciesist. I love people who are vegans or non-vegans who are carnivores. I love all human beings. But if you want to try and like lump me into like a category, like you'll be hard to do that because you be hard pressed because you just like fall short because I already know biased people and I'm not biased. That's the thing you don't know about me.
All right.
What do you
But
think of that,
if
Mr.
you
Slade?
should prefer no, then but if not, then I can help you with that at that juncture.
Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta go. If anybody wants to debate me, ping me. Otherwise, I'm gonna go. Have a nice night, I guess. See you tomorrow, I guess.
Someone should ping the entire server that there's a debate being dodged right now.
I know. A terrible person ran away from debating Garuda. I know.
Why do you keep calling yourself a terrible person? I don't understand this.
What do you mean? I'm refusing to debate. That's not being a terrible person.
Well, yeah,
So
but he's just saying you're bad
though.
faith, but you keep on calling yourself a terrible person. I mean,
Oh,
if it's a self-report, then I guess I understand, but it's just weird.
I'm not a terrible person. I've been learning to cook vegan food just in case like one of your beautiful vegans in the chat wanna make vegan food and we ever chill. I'm like, bro, I got this and I cook some
wait,
amazing vegan food. You're like, what?
I need to understand. How come there's like a
I don't want
thousand?
to like
There's
cook
like a
meat in the
thousand.
house though
There's like
because I'm
there's like 1,000 people listening to us, absolutely speaking gibberish. But if I debate someone like on the actual methodologies and definition of science, it's like if I get one guy in the audience, it's a win.
That sounds right up Garuda's
So
alley.
why don't you just debate Garuda?
okay. So
Garuda,
no, like you
what I
won't answer the
right
question.
now,
Like, wait, Garuda, I know you want to talk, but like you won't answer the question. Like, why won't you do it with Garuda?
Do it? What do you mean do it? What is
The debate. The debate. Get your mind out of the gutter. Pause, okay?
what's
I
the
don't know what the
topic?
fuck you thought I meant. I meant the debate that we were talking about.
What's the topic? What's the topic?
Veganism.
I tried for 10 minutes.
This dude's losing his mind, bro. That's what happens when you engage with Garuda.
It's like a Lovecraftian monster.
Bro, talk to him for fucking 20 minutes and he's hysterical now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, guys.
I think you have met your match.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wait, Mr. Slave, if you're gonna leave, like, you still got 20 minutes.
Yeah, but I have an
Like, you already spent
audience.
40 minutes.
No, I have an audience on my YouTube channel that I need to read their comments and I need to interact with them. Usually I do the debate and that's like an inspiration.
Your 3 viewers.
You got
Wait,
zero.
wait, why don't no? Why don't you read the comments with Garuda?
What the?
Yeah. So pessimist shell. Sorry, I couldn't. But
Guys,
what
I'm
I
leaving.
cook
I
is
gotta
vegan
take
food.
everybody on Sky.
No.
All right, that was a complete waste of everybody's time. All right, so who is Lime Maxer? I don't know who you are, Lime Maxer. Who is Limaxer? You've been waiting and waiting. I don't know who you are. Who is Limaxer? It's me, Jitter Fan. Show me your video. Turn on your cam. Show me your face. I need to know you're not gonna destroy my stream. The guy, bro. Let me on gay bro, gay boy. What's going on here? And we don't even have an audience. Can I just do my room? What do you mean do your room? I don't understand. Wow, there's so many comments. All right, let me see. So Tarot destroys the science is from Sire, meaning to know. Theory is from Theoria, meaning to suppose. Science is not theory. Science is human mathematics. I mean, the etymology of the word science, that's good to keep in mind, but science evolved from where it started as a word, but it also evolved as a methodology, as a philosophy. There's no clear answer what science is. I mean, science, it's an inspiration how to live your life, how to think about questions, how to pose questions, how to pose answers. It's like it's at the end of the day, I mean, it's just being rational, just being observant, skeptical, open-minded, using logic and observing reality and trying to figure out what's underlying. That is science. Theory is, it should be a model. When you propose a theory, you should have a model. A model is a simplified version of the problem that you're trying to solve. So, like, when you think about gravity, so usually, so you think of like the Earth and the Moon applying gravity against each other. So the way we think about it is we say, okay, there is a point mass at the center of Earth, which is, it's a simplified model of the problem. So we turn the Earth into a point of mass, we turn the Moon into a point of mass, and we turn the Sun, and then we run a simulation. We see, oh, can we predict? We have a theory that the Earth and the Moon behave a certain way towards each other. Here's the theory. Maybe it's mathematical, and let's apply the theory, make a prediction, and see if we are able to predict properly where the Moon is going to be. If yes, then the theory seems correct. If no, then the theory seems incorrect. And that's about it. Next, Tarot Destroyer says, thalidomide in Europe was safe and effective. Yeah, 10,000 children in 46 countries were born with deformities such as phocomelia, no arms and no legs, as a consequence of thalidomide use. Yeah, this happens all the time. I lately learned that the Spanish flu, the incredible deaths that we had from the Spanish flu, right? Everybody says it was mostly young men. How could mostly young men die from a flu? A flu usually kills the weak and elderly. So how come the Spanish flu killed mostly young men, mostly military age? How could that be? So I saw a video the other day that some researchers proposed a new theory that it was because they recently invented aspirin just before the Spanish flu, and they felt that aspirin is like a cure-all, and they just told everyone to take lots and lots of aspirin, but what is considered today a deadly dose. So doctors gave deadly doses to everyone who had this flu and basically killed everyone who had this flu, the Spanish flu. This is a theory that I recently heard, and it sounds compelling. So yeah, I mean, it's a problem that this is a problem. I mean, so why young age? Why the young men? It's because the military forced them to take this aspirin overdose. Basically, like the COVID shots. That basically the military forces you to take these shots. So that's the theory, that the military actually forced the young men during World War I think, to take aspirin overdoses and just kill them one after the other. And to this day, no one knows. It's just now an emerging theory, and and everyone you speak to, oh, the Spanish flu. That's the example that all the hysterics brought up when when everybody like me were saying COVID doesn't make any sense, that COVID is killing anyone. It shouldn't kill. It doesn't have the mechanics to kill. It's a coronavirus. It's a lung infection. I mean, the body knows how to deal with lung infections very well. Corona shouldn't be killing anyone. But then they said no. But you see, we had the Spanish flu, so I didn't have an answer to that. I mean, but no, okay. Anyway, so yeah, they all always have, yeah, science is I mean, look, that's why I'm distinguishing science TM, science trademark, the science, the institutional science from the pure science. So you can be a scientist because you believe in the scientific method and you feel that this. Wait, who are you? Why are you wearing a mask? Who are you? Why are you wearing a mask? Take your mask off. Why are you wearing a mask? What do you mean, no? No, I don't want you to flash your peen. No, I'm afraid of. What? Who are you? You are. Come on. Why don't you show me your face? What's the problem? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna let you in. What do I do if you flash your peen? What should I do? You're gonna ruin the stream. Let me see if I can hear you. Can I hear you, Kick? I wish I could talk to you. Wait, did you write it? Let me see if you wrote any comments. Just private if IO flash. NG private. NG. Let me and the guy, bro. Okay, I'm gonna let you. Fine. Yeah, don't. Yeah. What's up, man?
Hi, man. So I had a question about, can you hear me, by the way?
Yes, your audio is terrific.
Oh, really? That's cool. So I was curious about your stance on veganism, because it's like, so where does that end? Are you just against people not liking meat in general? Or, I mean, are you against vegan meals? If I don't eat meat for a week, are you against that? I mean, where does that end? I don't understand what your stance on veganism is exactly.
Oh. My stance on veganism is that it is what I call suboptimal. So, let me ask you, why you said sorry. Oh, the guy bro is here too. Wait, the guy bro is.
Hello! Oh, there, Mr. Slave. How are you doing this evening?
Excellent. Excellent.
Why do you let him in without showing his face, but you let
I
have to do all this?
know that we have our differences, Mr. Lime Maxer.
What? I don't even know who you are.
What?
Who do you think I am?
I think you're Mr. Slave.
Me?
Oh shit, my bad. You're not Mr. Slave.
No.
I'm sorry, Mr. Slave. I know we've had our differences, but I'm here to hear you out. I believe in hearing you out.
Okay. What's the question? You want to hear about veganism?
Oh, I think veganism is stupid, and you're actually going to age prematurely. You said earlier in a live stream that you were 1,000 years old, just shy of 1,000 years old, which made me post a video on my account saying that you're actually a lizard person who's not actually human. So I truly actually believe that Mr. Slave is not a human. He's actually a lizard person who's probably like 800 to 850 years old, and that's why he wears the mask, because he's a poor lizard who can't get enough adrenochrome to keep himself
I could see that.
presenting as a human inside of this reality.
Wait, but
See, I always thought he was just a fed, but I could see it being that deep, honestly.
wait, so but you know that humans evolved from lizards.
Humans are lizards, pigs, and goats. You'd be correct. The lizard cortex is our intelligence. Then you have the pig, which is our like our skin, and you have the goat, which is our spine, which is the goat, pig, lizard, which makes up the humans. Which your race, the lizard people, have created the humans.
Wait a minute, but humans evolved from lizards. Do you agree or disagree?
I would disagree with that. I would say lizards created humans.
So humans evolved from lizards. What do you mean created?
Intellectually, humans did not evolve cellularly from lizards. Lizards created humans to be able to use to further their offspring.
As far as I know, humans, the way it was is that the fish came out of the ocean, became the lizards.
And that is what the lizard people want you to think, because it is the cuttlefish. The cuttlefish is a chromatophore, which is the lizard people. The lizard people evolved from cuttlefish, which are shapeshifters who can change their color and their shape, which is Satan. Satan is a cuttlefish. Satan is a black reptilian who can change his shape, just like in the X-Men, the blue girl who can turn herself into anybody she wants, because the father of lies is Satan. The father of lies is a shapeshifter who can basically change his form. There is no bigger lie.
Wait, guy bro. Okay, wait, guy bro.
Seen by their form.
Wait, what's your evidence for all these claims?
These evidence from all these claims is I have no evidence because I do not believe in science. I believe truth is subjective. So it's through my own perspective, which is the reality that I am speaking to you.
Yeah, but why do you believe what you believe?
I can't explain that because it is subjective, and you would never be able to understand it even if I could explain it to you.
Try me. Give it a shot.
I can't do it. It's not possible because truth is subjective. So when I eat a fish, it's bad for the fish, but it's good for me. So in quantum superposition, where 1 is a 0 and a 0 is a 1, it is truth is subjective when it comes to this world. What is good for me might be bad for you. So when I eat a fish, it's bad for the fish. It's good for me. So that's quantum superposition personified in a physical representation of quantum superposition.
Wait a minute. When you eat a fish, you and the fish become one person. You both become
possibly.
You. I mean, that's what happens, right?
When you eat bad for one and is good for the other, as is above, so is below.
No, I'm saying it's not good nor bad. You just unite with the fish. That's what happens when you eat a fish.
Well, yeah, you don't unite with the fish. You consume the fish. When you consume a fish, when I eat a fish, I'm not uniting with the fish. The fish is dead. It's bad for the fish. I'm alive. I get more sustenance. It's good for me. Ain't no peace and love about it. I ain't uniting with a fish. Truth is subjective. It is
But the
truth.
molecules of the fish integrate into your body, so you
No,
become.
they're the dead molecules of a conquered species. It is a conquered fish. The fish is conquered. It doesn't matter if I defeat your city. He's turning the frogs gay. He's turning the frogs gay. God damn you, Woody Johnson. Woody Johnson's the agent. I swear it's the worst.
What's your evidence for that?
What's up,
I
guy, bro?
don't goddamn need evidence.
It's good seeing you, guy, bro.
I love
Now, this is a fun debate, Slave. Yeah, the guy, bro, is a worthy contender.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to present evidence. I don't know
Evidence
how.
is bullshit because truth is subjective. Evidence can only be relative to myself. So I can never give you evidence that's relative to you because evidence doesn't exist outside to the relativity of the person who has the perspective to give out the evidence in the first place.
How did you stumble upon Mr. Slave's channel?
Mr. Slave's cool. That's why I come on Mr. Slave's channel, not try to get him onto my channel, because I can show Mr. Slave more respect on his channel, but I can show him no respect on mine, and I respect that.
All right. Anyway, I don't understand, Mr. the guy, bro. How? I mean, you can at least tell me what compels you. You can at least tell me what compels you to believe something.
What compels me to believe something is in the interest of my own self, which might not be in the interest of you. Looking at me like I'm the fish and you're the fisherman. If you catch me, you eat me, and it's bad for me. But if I elude you, it's good for me, and that's not good for you because you don't get the sustenance from being able to suck and drain me of my energy by eating my flesh. And that has to do with all of existence. It's a dog-eat-dog world that we live in.
Yeah, okay, but I'm not gonna eat you. I'm just curious. You said things like you keep saying things like you're a lizard, he's a lizard, they're a lizard. Like
I believe you're a lizard person because you said on a stream that you are 800 years old. So I'm going to ask you, Hormaxer asked you how old you are, and you said you are just under 1,000 years old. I did not take that in jest. I listened to what you told me, and I believe that you are 900 years old, but you're not a human being. I truly listened to you when you said that. So I'll ask you this.
So you're but why?
I'm
Okay.
going to ask you this, Mr. Slave. How old are you?
I usually don't disclose any.
Give me a fucking general estimate of it. I don't care if you're 30 or 40.
Okay, I'll go from under 1,000 to under 100. I'm between 0 and 100 years old.
You're between 0 and 100 years old, and would you consider yourself young?
Would I consider myself young? I feel like I was born yesterday, but all the old timers, that's what they say.
Oh my fucking god, you are a lizard person. You're 100% a fucking lizard person. And I love it. I fucking love it, man. I do. I really do. I'm not against you lizard people, but I can identify you guys.
But as far as I know, humans evolved from lizards, so humans are lizards.
No, they have not. Lizards created humans. We did not evolve from you. You guys created us. Using your genetics to put into us and mix with goats and pigs so that you could make your dead bloodline further because you evolved past sexual reproduction.
I mean, you can look at the skin.
Living bloodline. You did not find a living bloodline. You created a living bloodline to further.
What do you mean we create?
create?
How did we create humans? How do you create a human?
A living bloodline to
How?
further your dead bloodline through
How?
technology, through your selling of your soul to make yourself live longer so you could know more things. You sold your soul to do what you did.
And how do you know all this?
I just don't know why I know all this. I just do because I'm an agent of the fucking Satan, and you're just an agent of the fucking 13 royal bloodlines, and Satan is coming here to exterminate the 13 royal bloodlines to sit on the throne that the 13 royal bloodlines created for Satan to live on. So just like Ashley, not your everyday Ashley, I'm an agent of motherfucking Satan, just like her. We are here to exterminate the 13 royal bloodlines because Satan is here to rule the world through the Elon Musk, the Neuralink, because the 13 royal bloodlines control the news, the media, Hollywood.
But how do you know all this?
I know
How do you
all
know?
this because I
How?
know all of this shit.
No.
Because I don't know.
Mr. Slave, you don't need evidence,
I
bro.
don't know why I know
It's
this.
all within you, Mr. Slave.
No, I need evidence. I mean, he doesn't have any evidence, and he might as well make everything up.
Because you are staring into something that will eventually destroy you and everything that you ever known and every existence that you have ever been possible. And you've been given the opportunity
Wait,
to
hold
turn
on.
your
The
back
guy,
and
bro.
run. You have
The guy,
been
bro.
given your opportunity to turn your back and run.
The guy,
and
bro.
you have-
All right, listen. I'm only here for 1 hour. I didn't sleep already for 2 nights in a row for some reason. I don't know why I couldn't sleep last night.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you're under extreme stress, when you and your people are getting ready
You know,
to
that's what
exterminate.
happens to lizard people. They don't sleep. They don't need to sleep. They can hibernate.
Yes, exactly. When they're getting
Exactly.
ready to be exterminated.
Exactly.
You have been given your chance, Mr. Slave, to run for the fucking hills, and you have decided to not and stand here and fight, and you will be eviscerated because you've already sold your soul. And it
Wait,
will
guy, bro.
never
Let me
come
ask
back.
you, guy, bro. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about Elon Musk?
He is a FTM, and
What does
he
that
is
mean?
a part of a female to male, and he is a part of the royal bloodline. But he has changed sides, and he did exactly what you decided not to do, and he ran for the hills, and he turned your back on you and your lizard bloodline, and he ran for the fucking hills, and he will be spared. And that's something that will not happen to you because you refuse to fucking turn your back and drop your belief system and run. You won't do it. So ergo, you're going to be fucking destroyed.
What do you think about his new spaceship, whatever, or
It's all
starship?
fake. Space is a lie. It's all a hologram. You live on a fucking hologram triangle pyramid planet. There's more underground cities than there is above ground cities. There ain't no such thing as stars. You ain't escaping.
Wait, guy, bro. So is space fake or is space
It's a
fake and gay?
Everything is fake. Everything.
No, but it could be a one of either, right? So that's what I'm saying. Is it fake or is it fake and gay? Which one is it?
It's fake and gay.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm very happy that everybody dropped by tonight. Does anybody have anything interesting to say besides
Everybody can come to my channel. We're having an after party at my channel. Come to the Guy Bro Show. We're live right now, so just stop on by, baby.
You give me. Wait, he's gone. All right. Limaxer.
all right.
Yeah, Limaxer. What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
Well, I already said it. I don't really remember where we left off.
Oh, about the veganism. You want to talk about the veganism?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over it now. Now I'm kind of more interested in what the guy bro has to say. I might hop over to his stream.
Oh, okay. All right, guys. Woody Johnson, what do you want to do with your life?
Not kill myself. Yes, sir. That's your dialogue, Mr. Slave.
Yeah, very interesting. I never considered that option.
Yes, that is one option. Your humor, I do really like your humor. It's very dry, it's kind of mean. What's the word for self-destructive, I guess. I don't know what the word would be.
Self-deprecating.
Yes, I guess self-deprecating, or even let's go kill some people on Discord.
I usually don't say let's go kill people on Discord. I usually just kill myself. That's
But one time you did say that. It's funny. It's just Discord is online. You possibly can't do that if that's what people are thinking.
I mean,
But it's
usually
just funny to
before,
say.
like in my MMA class, like we do warm up and then we do drills, and then I start begging the teacher, "Can we start killing already? I need to kill." Let's start. And every match is always to the death. Nothing less than to the death.
Like the old Roman Empire.
Yeah. Yeah, but the second somebody punches me hard, so I start laughing, and I ask them to calm down. Yeah, it's like I'm joking. Of course, I don't want anyone to get hurt or hurt me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, I'm gonna read some comments. So RT says troll. RT, he thinks he's trolling. I don't know who he's referring to.
The guy, bro.
I don't know. It's from 1126. I think it's from the debate with that guy I was debating. We have a guy whose name is Jay Donovan, 2023 Jerry. I don't know what that means. Ched Maxer, let guy bro on. Yeah, he's real. The guy bro has a word. Okay, has a word. He wants to sure he will not flash Boyo. Ty Rag, this is going to be great. Yeah, he just came in and left. I don't know. I mean, whatever he said was excruciatingly boring. It's like it's total nonsense. Like nothing makes any sense.
It doesn't have to make sense, slave.
He exposed you.
Yes,
Yeah.
he exposed you, slave.
He exfoliated me completely.
He completely exposed you.
Mr. Slave, will you make up with Ashley and Greg, please? Because I'm so bored.
But I'm not here for the drama. See, when I was in touch with these guys, it was hurting my life. I couldn't work and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't function.
Well, then just don't take it so serious.
It's impossible. I mean, these guys are serious. These guys are going for the throat. These guys are trying to destroy you. I mean, these guys keep, and you should look at the comments. People in the comments keep making threats, like the police, the FBI. It's like I'm not into that. I know I have a good life. My mistress is moving in. The most beautiful woman I ever saw in my entire life is moving in this weekend. I don't want to destroy anything. I'm just here to relax. I'm basically falling asleep. I wish I could maybe sleep tonight. Hopefully.
No, don't sleep.
No,
Sleep is for
no.
losers.
No, I gotta work. If I don't sleep, I cannot work. I need like full. My brain needs to function when I work.
You don't need a brain to function.
I actually do. Let's continue reading some of the comments in the comment section. Let Guy Bro look backstage. Everybody keeps telling me to bring him on. Okay.
Earlier you asked that Gareth guy, that was his name, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Garuto. His name was Garuto.
So you asked him what his IQ was, but you also mentioned that you don't believe in logic. So IQ is a logic-based test, so why would you even care what his IQ is or what your IQ is?
Exactly, slave. Slave just got owned.
Yeah, I got owned, man. How? Okay, I
Over
better go.
for slave.
Okay, so give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go kill myself, and then I'll be right back.
No.
Anyway, yeah, I don't say I don't believe in logic. I just say logic is just a game like soccer. So you can win in a logical game just like you can win in soccer if you play by the rules. There are rules to logic, and you can play by the rules and win.
It's a logical fallacy, slave.
Exactly. It's a logical fallacy. Logic is a logical fallacy. That's what I meant to say.
No, rules are a logical fallacy. You're wrong.
Oh, yeah. That is what I meant to say. Rules are just a logical fallacy.
No, because
Yeah.
you can play soccer without rules.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that option.
Exactly. It's a subjective. It's what is it? It doesn't exist. It's like a feeling. It's like a majority vote, and this is what you have to follow.
Exactly. Wait,
Nothing matters.
Did you watch TFM today, this morning?
I try to, he does the early stream, but yeah, I do still listen to TFM whenever I get a chance.
Hmm. Yeah, I heard the whole thing. I mean, the guy hates that guy TFM. He hates women so much. Always explaining to people just to be violent with women. Always punching them and hurting them. Oh my God!
Wait, what are you talking about?
The show, the TFM, the Morning Constitutional from today.
But that's completely wrong.
What do you mean?
Everything you just said is completely wrong.
No, not really.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm quoting to you what TFM says. He says it.
No, you're not. That's wrong. Because, okay, so how long have you been listening to TFM?
Basically, since he started his channel. At that time, I was.
Around how long ago was that?
It's less than 1,000 years ago, I think.
No, I think he's been around for 5 to 6 years, I think.
Yeah,
You're wrong again.
I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong. Everybody
I'm just
knows
saying that's you do that to everybody. I'm just returning the favor.
Oh, I tell everybody that they're wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then thank you for the favor. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I really wish I could debate TFM. I mean, the guy, he is destroying men's lives, just destroying their lives. I mean, he's telling men to be physical with women. I mean, he is probably responsible for sending so many men to jail for home violence. What do you call it? Internal violence, home violence,
Domestic violence.
Yeah, domestic violence. I mean, the guy's telling men to be domestic violators, to be women beaters. I mean,
You're doing to TFM what you claim Alex and Ashley and that whole group did to you. Right now, it doesn't really matter because nothing really matters. But that's exactly what you're doing. Because, okay, so let's say you heard this. You heard, you listen to TFM enough, I'm assuming. I probably discovered TFM, I don't know, maybe like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, right? So I would listen to the shows on and off as much as I can. So you can, if you want to prove me wrong, I'm pretty sure it's easy to find on Odyssey or different sites that he's on now. So you can quote this directly. You can record this and quote this if you want to prove me wrong. But there's been it's parting ways. The doll thing that's keep I guess it keeps his sex drive satisfied. Other than that, there's no he never says anything about you gotta do domestic violence or any type of, I guess, being violent at all. That's not the message. But you think that's the message.
What do you mean? I mean, like, do you know the Pimp's Prayer?
Yeah.
So he has the Pimp's Prayer at the end of each show.
Okay.
Do you know what it says?
Yeah. Guide my hand strong so this bitch could something along those lines, right?
Let me find. I'm looking on. I don't know if you can see it. I'm sharing my screen. The Pimp's Prayer TFM third flinging monkey. This is just the Pimp's Prayer. This is just the end of every show. I mean, it is incredible. I mean, it's just I mean, it just promotes violence against women. I mean, the guy promotes violence against women. I mean,
so it is a sarcastic ending, and Pimp Hand is a metaphor. It's an allegory, right? To I guess to keeping your life straight, especially if you're in a marriage, which most of the world are, or if they're mating with somebody.
disciplining your woman
Disciplining, and it could also mean, okay,
physically, which via psychological conditioning.
what psychological conditioning are you running into?
Like,
Or what is the throughout the world, people that are married, they're forced or they're psychologically conditioned to be in that situation?
Okay. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I mean, you have echo. It's like you have no furniture in your room.
Maybe a
So,
little bit closer, but I can understand you.
okay.
I mean, I'm just giving you the example of the ending of each show, but during the show, he's always discussing being. Wait, you're making noise, dude.
I know. Just hold up.
Wait, don't look.
Okay. I got it.
Don't look.
So I mean, that's just one of the problems with him, that he teaches to be violent with women. You don't feel that it's a problem? I mean, you don't feel that I'm right, that he teaches to be violent with women?
No.
He always says,
again,
give her...
I just explained that it is a metaphor, and it's not just the backhand, right? And this used to, so abusing. I know there's they say that it's been around and women got abused and used and things like that all over the world, right? Now, when you compare that to what men usually go through, and what torture and suffer and having the burden on supporting, let's say, a family or in society's upkeep, whatever the social norms are, whatever abuse that usually females would go through is in comparison to none when it comes to the opposite sex. And in a way, we have to choose our battles, right? If you are in a if you are going to be married with somebody, and for example, if you don't want to be with them, that should be the end goal. There shouldn't be like, oh, I'm being raped, or I'm being used and abused for my housely duties. Everybody has to work. Everybody has obligations. Everybody has a family system to get away from their abuser, if that's the case. So to begin with, there shouldn't be an argument. Nobody's ever alone or stranded that they can't contact anybody if they're actually getting abused.
So you think TFM is being metaphorical when he says to give her 5 across the face?
Okay, so if somebody breaks your window, if it's a guy, what would you, and if that person doesn't they decide to, okay, they're not going to pay, they're just going to stand there, mock you, or look straight onto your face with no guilt at all, no remorse. What are you supposed to do, slave?
You leave them.
Okay, but okay, here I'm just let me try and play the
And
end. I just want to.
I know the pimp's prayer, slave.
No, but nobody else knows. I mean, I just want everyone to hear, because I think it's really shameful, as they say.
Like, that's just a shitty analogy, because if someone breaks your window, they're breaking your personal property and they now owe you money. But someone like breaking your heart or doing something negative in a relationship, they don't necessarily have an obligation to not be doing that to you. So the best you can do is leave. You can't beat them for it. There's definitely that's illegal. So
yeah, well, what if they're about to hit you with a I don't know, what did they use to break the window with that if somebody is about to actually physically hurt you, then what do you do?
That's a totally different scenario in that case.
Right, I'm moving on from that scenario, right? Okay, so if somebody's there, they're looking straight onto your face with no remorse of damaging your property, that will cost you.
You're gonna have to sue them, Like if they don't want to pay you and they just think it's
No,
funny.
you either go broke their window, you go break their window instead of suing them. Nobody has the time. Look, at least I don't have enough time to go through this
But
process,
that's
right?
not, okay, listen.
Now, or that person pays for it.
Society have came to a consensus that that's not what we're supposed to do. We as a society have came to the consensus that you go to the law in that scenario. That's why it's illegal to go and break their window. That's why we don't have eye for an eye in our society. I mean, I don't know what argument you're trying to make here.
So there's a difference between an eye and an eye and actually killing somebody or somebody that is going to waste your life going through this process, whatever it is. If you choose to do this, whatever, it's up to you, right? And if somebody even physically attacks you, then yes, it's self-defense. Now, now let's say if it's a female that's attacking you, what are you supposed to do? Just lay down, be a carpet, get your face stumbled in by the bottom of their feet, or what are you going to do?
You can fight back because it's self-defense. Again, like these are not.
Okay, so I guess you're
No, these are not comparable analogies. When someone is actively attacking you, you have no choice but to defend yourself to stop the attack from happening. That's a completely different scenario than someone breaking your window and you deciding to go break their window after. That's a premeditated attack on them. That has nothing to do with you responding.
Well, regardless, whatever your punishment you're going to go through.
Response, it's revenge. That's completely different.
Okay, so regardless, whatever punishment you're going through.
Let me finish, dude. If someone beat me up and then a week later I go and beat the shit out of them with a baseball bat, that's illegal. No, I don't think that's okay. But fighting back in the moment is different. You're stopping the attack. It's a totally different thing. I don't know why you are acting like these are two comparable analogies. Property damage is not self-defense.
So if you remember, now I don't know if it's still going to go on, but if you remember that I was building upon the story, yes, there could be three or four different situations to deal with in the story as it escalates, but nonetheless, it is a story to maybe learn something from or maybe prove a point, and that's where this physical self-defense goes to. That yes, even if you want to, if you want to take revenge and you don't want to go through the system, or for example, if you don't really care about the legal repercussions, then yes, you would go either damage the property or the other person has to pay for it. They will be accountable either way. And even if you return the favor for them, then you'll both end up going through court, jail, whatever. But that would be more feasible. I think it would be more fair, to say the least, because in the end, both of you are going to court if that escalates furthermore. Now, in self-defense, I was building on my story. I was talking about self-defense. Then that if you are getting attacked by a male or female, defending yourself is still the same. Now, I don't know if people would argue against that or not, but in a case that you might get attacked by your wife, yes, and if you beat her because of that, beating not like beating, oh, you're gonna beat the shit out of that person, at least disarming that person or backing that person off, that could still be considered, I guess, a self-defense. Or if it gets worse, then you do have to put that person away or neutralize the situation. That's what I because I don't want to be like, oh, you're gonna beat the shit out of a female or whatever. That's not the point. But the point is still neutralizing the person that's attacking you. Now, some would say that if you're doing that with a female, that's abuse, even though you neutralize the person. Whichever way you want to do that is up to you. But when you do that to a guy, people don't. It's generally it's a different opinion when it's a guy and a female, because regardless, you do have to neutralize the situation if you're about to get harmed or somebody is attacking you.
Okay, so I want to break that apart piece by piece because you said something at the start there that I kind of want to address. You said that in self-defense, you're essentially, if I'm getting you correct, you're saying that someone's ego is going to take over in self-defense and they're going to want to retaliate by causing the pain back to them that they caused to them. So they're not actually just defending themselves, they're attacking them back and trying to get revenge for the pain. And so my response to that is that that's also illegal. If someone responds overly violent in self-defense, they are also going to get charged with assault. The self-defense is a legal term. So you can't just beat the shit out of someone because they hit you once and then you're getting self-defense. That's not what it is. You have to have a reasonable response to the attack. So second of all, I definitely don't disagree that I think personally I'm a bigger guy and I know MMA, so I'm not gonna if a girl slaps me, I'm not gonna go double leg her and choke her out. I mean, I don't need to do that. I'm not gonna feel under attacked, and I feel like me doing that is kind of just small man shit, because it's like, what, do I actually feel like I'm threatened by this woman? If I was truly threatened by her, I feel like
No, it's a
she could have.
disrespect. Look, if that ever does happens to me, then I'm definitely slapping back, right? And if it's a guy that would punch me, I'm punching back. So maybe you can pretend like, oh, because you just got disrespected. If I spit on your face right in front of everybody, I think your reaction would be different instead of just calling the cops.
Hit them back, but my what I'm saying is you technically have the legal right to hit them back. It's just, do you need to? Yeah, sure. So you're saying that
Okay, so what if I spit on your face?
You're hitting them back out of ego because you feel disrespect, and it's like, if you feel
Okay, what if I spit on your face?
a girl slapped you, then it's like, well, bro, well, spitting on my face would be assault.
Okay, so slap isn't assault?
No,
What
it's
is
not
that?
physical assault. But like I just said, you can, if you want.
It is a physical assault when you go report it to the police.
Yes, if you want. But what I'm saying is, hypothetically, in that scenario, it is legal for you to hit them back or to defend yourself. But do you really need to defend yourself against a 5'4" girl slapping you?
It's not about defending yourself. It's about slapping back.
Yeah, but
because
that's
you
not-
just lost your dignity
don't
if you're
have
just gonna stand there and pee your pants.
laws. We don't have respect laws in the United States. You don't get to sue someone because they disrespect
It doesn't matter. That's something that comes from within.
society, because you get disrespected every day. Someone cuts you off on the road. Someone flips you off. You can't just fight
There's
every.
levels to that, and that doesn't have any comparison. That's just a dumb argument.
Because
Somebody cuts you off, that they're disrespecting you, right?
Respond with the disrespect. So if someone flips me off, I flip them off back. I hate that. I don't think I should respond to every single negativity with negativity. That's what makes the world a bad place. If you respond to negativity with positivity,
It's not about responding.
place. No, it is, because
It's
you're
not
saying
about responding with minuscule options. There's no comparison of somebody slapping you or spitting on you than somebody cutting you off. That doesn't even matter.
okay, but you're saying disrespect. You're saying you're responding to the
Right?
disrespect.
There's levels to that.
Someone cuts you off, and then you go and then race in front of him and cut him off back. That's really lame, small man, insecure, small dick shit, bro. Like that's loser shit, in my opinion. And so I think that a girl slaps you and you slap her back because you really feel like your ego's been attacked. That's pathetic as fuck.
Well, I hope you get slapped. At least once a year. I guess you do like going through that degradation. I don't personally. If I'm gonna get punched, I'm going to punch back. If I'm going to get slapped, I will slap back. Because it's very embarrassing. It's the same as getting spit on.
Bro, I spar every week, so it's like I don't look at this the same way as you do.
Your sparring is different than getting slapped on public.
I spar with guys who are trying to get into the UFC. They're trying to knock me out. Like they want to prove to the coach that they're the
but
best.
it's a friendly.
No, it's not any. They're punching me harder than any girl is going to slap me, bro. And they're trying to disrespect you. There is an ounce of ego there where they're trying to say, "Hey, I can punch you hard." Like that's what it is. I mean, you can't just respond.
You're voluntarily training.
It's
different. There's a difference.
Causes mayhem. That's what causes barbarianism. That's what causes bullshit.
It doesn't, because you're comparing sparring.
Slave talks about all the time. It's when you respond to negativity with negativity. That's what the woke mind virus is.
No, I agree with responding with the negativity, because there's different levels to disrespect, or there's different, I guess, the disobedience, or just bad manners. There's different, but when I pointed out, no, because you're taking out training in the gym to getting disrespected plainly in public, and you're comparing that. It's just like you compared, physical abuse to, a disrespect act, this very disrespectful action, a highly disrespectful action, to somebody cutting you off, or maybe hitting you because they were too busy. That's so small.
In my opinion, a girl
rejects you and then you don't leave her alone and then she slaps you and then you slap her back, that's more embarrassing than if she just slaps you and you leave. Like that's
I agree. I agree with that because I mean, okay, then in some situations, if you're so annoying somebody, if they tell you to go away, maybe you give it 1 or maybe 2 shots if that's what your thing is, right?
I shouldn't have had that argument. That was bad faith. So just take away that argument. She slaps you. I think it's more embarrassing to slap her back. I think it's less embarrassing to just take the slap from the girl, dude. Like,
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so you stepped on my foot, right? And I punch you, right? So are you just going to walk away or what? Because bro, I just bought these, I don't know, $600 shoes.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
Well, there's a similar situation. I mean, in many cases, look, you shouldn't be touched, right? Unless it's understandably it's
right.
consenting with both parties, right? So even a slap is still assault. I don't know how people just let that happen. But even if somebody's annoying you, you either usually would go away because they're not touching you, they're not groping you, they're not cursing at you, nor are they being violent. So
you know what? Okay, this whole thing is a straw man anyways, because it's like, why are we even talking about a girl slapping you and you're slapping them back? Because this is all an analogy for beating your woman because she broke your heart or some shit. Like, what is that? What does this even have to do? That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about the guy Mr. Slave is talking about. He's literally referring to disciplining your girl. That's like not the same thing at all as responding to an attack. This was a whole straw man. I was going to just make this a slight tangent where I said, yeah, I think that that's okay to hit her back, but I wouldn't personally, and I don't care. I want to go back to the original argument. I don't think you should ever be disciplining anyone. I don't care if it's a man. I don't care if it's a woman. I don't care if it's your kid.
I agree with that. No, I mean, I agree. I agree with that. But that's my point, that there's different levels of disrespect. I mean, I'll go back to where we started. The last couple sentences that you said, I do agree with that this should not be okay with anybody touching you without your permission. Even if it's somebody with a fucking vagina or a dick, right? It's just not acceptable at all. Now, going back to that argument, the domestic violence rates in U.S. especially are very similar. Maybe it could be more on the female side, maybe it could be more on men, right? But by the laws, usually the guys are the ones that are getting handcuffed and that goes to jail. And they could say, oh, it's because the guys are violent and they'll maybe off the female at night or whatever. But nobody ever looks at the evidence of what's actually happening. So that's the wrong of the law that we just tolerate and let go of.
On this, because anecdotally speaking, sure, I don't think anecdotes are necessarily the best thing to use, but anecdotally speaking, how many women do you know who have been in actually abusive relationships and have been like physically abused and scared for their life around one of their exes? And how many guys do you know who have been scared around one of their exes? Maybe like you might have a guy who talks about his psycho ex who like held a knife to him at one point, but that is super fucking rare. And I don't think that the average dude is dealing with abuse, where the average girl is dealing with abuse. There's a lot of girls who are dealing with abusive relationships. So, and the reason for that, I'm not saying, is because, and this is a really controversial point of view for some reason, is because men can kill women and women can't kill men. Like, there's obviously something to that. You can be in a house with a woman and she can be super pissed at you, just like want to murder you, and you don't have any sort of fear whatsoever from her. But if a girl is in a house with a man who is twice her size and he wants to kill her, that's terrifying. She's in danger. She's in terrible danger. So it's like obviously a completely different thing. And I hate how they're compared. And I know that domestic violence cases with men are looked at differently, because in a lot of the cases, those men are like, it's a psychological abuse, obviously. Like they're being what's the word? I mean, it's like Stockholm syndrome sort of thing. But I don't, it's like, really, man, that's on you, I think, because I just don't agree with, if you have such a submissive mindset and you're so gullible, I guess, you're so suggestible, then you shouldn't be putting yourself in close relationships like that.
If it's two consenting adults, I really don't care. you know, whatever happens, I don't really care about the abuser or someone who's abused in a relationship, because if you are able to go outside or get any help, then there's not really a case to go after over there. If you choose to live with the abuser and tolerate this, then it's up to you. So I really don't care.
Yeah, both of those things are psychological. So exactly, I don't agree with any sort of psychological obligation to be with anyone. But one thing I will say is that it is more common for women to have suggestible personality traits than it is for men. So it's more likely that a woman is going to be manipulated by a narcissist than it is for a man.
So basically, what children are easily manipulated. So basically, women are children, right?
No, I just
Sharon.
no, I literally just said that they have more suggestible personality traits. There are also men.
Kids do too.
There are also men who have suggestible personality traits. I'm not saying they're children. I'm just saying that some people have suggestible personality traits and women happen to have more on average. There are also some women who don't have suggestible personality traits, and it would be extremely hard to manipulate them, much harder than it would be to manipulate me. So I'm not saying that, but thanks for trying to strawman me.
So I'll say generally, and you're right. And whoever gets manipulated, the buyers beware. Yeah, fools. I guess a fool with his money shall soon be departed. So if somebody can manipulate you into buying a product or being in an abusive relationship, then they're smarter than that victim.
No, they are.
And I'm not saying that people have to.
That is not true. You can be lower IQ than someone and manipulate them. Manipulation has nothing to do with your IQ level or your intelligence. It has to do with your suggestibility and part of it is maybe your social EQ. But in my opinion, I don't actually believe in social intelligence. I think that that's a cope for people with low IQ to tell themselves, well, I have a low IQ, but I have high social intelligence. No, I don't believe in that. I think that someone with high IQ.
Oh, did you say social intelligence?
Hey, bro, you interrupt me so much. I think that someone with high IQ can learn social intelligence. So I don't think.
Wait, so what did you say about social intelligence again? I missed that part.
So people like to cope. People who have like average IQ, mid-wit IQ scores, they like to cope and say, well, I have an average IQ, but I'm better than a high IQ person because I have high social intelligence.
Did you say men? Because that's like a very female-dominated field of the social IQ.
I didn't say men, but...
Oh, I thought you did. I was just asking.
And so my response to that, and this is kind of a side tangent, is just that I don't believe in that. I think that anyone with high IQ can gain an infinite amount of, like, you can have as much as social intelligence as your IQ level. It's just something that you have to learn. So where was I going with that? I forget.
It was side tangent or something.
Yeah, but it was an overarching point. So basically, where were we?
What were you saying before this? I guess you were talking about why you don't believe in the social IQ.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, your intelligence has nothing to do with your suggestibility. You can manipulate someone with a higher social IQ than you because they're a suggestible person. So it has nothing to do with your IQ. It has to do with your suggestibility and your assertiveness and just your personality type. It's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, like some personality types some personality types will be able to manipulate other personality types, and those personality types will be able to manipulate other personality types that can manipulate that first personality type. You know what I mean? Like it's cyclical.
So, generally speaking, I would say when it comes to the oligarchs or the system as a whole, females are very easy to persuade, and they also help build a lot of social values, morality, ethics, or whatever you could say. Especially for the past 100 or two, I guess maybe 100 years. That's very relevant. Men are I would say probably twice or three times harder to persuade because they go through hardship in life and they build enough logical intelligence to not submit into bad ideas or practices of bad ideas.
It's just a personality trait from your hormones. It has nothing to do with your life experience. It's just hormonal because, and I know that there's some people who will argue that hormones are influenced by your early life experience, but I just somewhat disagree because you can see that it's, obviously there are going to be suggestible boys, but a boy is going to be more like standoffish towards a stranger, a young boy than a young girl is.
I mean, I guess that's I never thought about that, But wait, so repeat that one more time, or what do you know of this?
Men are less suggestible. That wasn't a good analogy. It's just like it's
Well,
not.
I don't know if it's an analogy or if there's any research that you've seen or heard of on this.
There's absolutely research on this.
Okay, so what do you know of this, or I guess what if you can recite the research or kind of elaborate on that?
Okay, give me a minute. So, I'm reading this abstract by Tara Godino, Gender Differences in Levels of Suggestibility. This was written in 2008. This study examined differences in levels of suggestibility with regard to gender and 3 personality characteristics: self-esteem, self-monitoring, and social desirability, and how these differences apply to matters of eyewitness testimony. A total of 70 undergraduates, 37 male, 33 female, completed a memory task. Here, let me get to the results of it. Let me get to the results. There was significant differences found in independent. I guess. Yeah, there is a significant difference found in levels of self-esteem between the two. So it has to do with that, it's suggestibility. It's just those personality traits that are shared between men and women. I don't even know where we're getting to from here, but the reason that men.
What was the
whole point of this point was to say that it's more likely for women to get into a relationship with someone who's abusive and is manipulative because of their suggestibility. And I don't even know why I had to mention that. I still don't think it's okay to discipline a girl. Like I don't know what any of this has to do with the original debate, which is making
Hold on. Can we
of why it's okay to hit a girl. Like,
well, it's not okay to hit anybody unless they hit you.
Okay, so you're not saying you should discipline them. Then I agree with you. I don't see where we disagree here.
So discipline could be I guess one of the best forms of discipline, and you do have to do that with your kids, with your wife, even with your friends, no matter how far you want to take it, and you also have to discipline yourself. That the one of the best ways that I can think of is the rewards, right? That you reward good behavior.
Like that's the only person you should be disciplining is your children.
Who?
That's it.
No, don't discipline your children. Don't discipline yourself. Right?
No.
Then don't do anything else.
But that's goes without saying. I mean, you're not disciplining yourself. You should have been taught discipline by your parents, and then you are just disciplined. But
the discipline means that you have content, that you're able to control this. You can discipline. That you can have discipline would be having better eating habits. So slowly you do.
But some people were just taught that since birth because they had parents who taught them discipline. They had to discipline themselves because they were already disciplined. But
where does being taught comes into this? I mean, we're not taught everything. We forcefully learn something because we have to do it.
Because they're disciplined. Because you discipline your children, and then eventually it becomes natural to them because they were disciplined instead of having to discipline themselves and force themselves to do something. Because that's what you do if you fail. Like your parents failed you, kind of. Like if you have to force yourself. And I'm not saying like most people have to do this, and I'm not attacking anyone here, but it's just like if you have to force yourself to get up and feel motivation, then your parents they failed somewhere, because it's like they're supposed to force that. They're supposed to seed that discipline. They're supposed to plant that seed of discipline, and a lot of our parents aren't doing that.
So that doesn't really matter, right? Because everybody has so many different variables when you're growing up, whether you're disciplined by your parents or not, right? Some kids pick it up, some kids don't. and eventually you learn to realize that you do need discipline in life.
Because this is like going way off the track. I don't even know where this is now.
Okay, let's go back to the study, then go back to my starting point.
Because if you don't think that, I'm just saying that you should not be disciplining your girlfriend or your partner. A girl should not be
I
disciplining.
do.
A man
I
should not.
do, and I will.
So
you don't have to do that. Don't discipline anything else aside from your own self or your body. You can live with that.
So, and your kids, yeah.
Yeah, no, don't even discipline your kids. Why are you doing that? That's abusive.
No, because they need to learn discipline.
No, just let them do whatever. You know, don't pass down any wisdom.
If they discipline them, then yes, it's abusive.
Why is it abusive?
Because you're hitting.
Technically, you're abusing them because you're not letting them.
Proven that physical abuse is not the best form of psychological conditioning for kids, and it actually results in.
But nobody said anything about physical abuse. I'm just talking about discipline.
I said it, and then you said, well, I did, and then you said, well, how's it abusive? And I'm telling you why. So if we're removing that physical aspect, then
No, I said it's abusive to discipline your kids because.
Yeah, but you're trying to play devil's advocate here, and I get it.
I am. That's why I'm trying to follow with your analogy on this because you said, okay, other than yourself or your kids, don't have any disciplines or standards for anybody else. Right.
Standards aren't disciplines. Disciplines that you hold, standards that you hold people accountable to are not discipline. If my friend ghosts me, I'm not going to discipline him for it. That's cringe. I'm just going to respond.
No, you will because here's how you will, unless you're an idiot. If your friend decides to bounce on 3 different occasions, let's say 4 or 5, you gave that person enough time. So you will choose to. That could be a disciplinary factor if that friend wants to still stay in contact with you.
No.
You will give them maybe another chance. If not, then you will just quit seeing that person.
Exactly. See, that's the thing. They don't get that privilege of being able to be disciplined by me to do the wrong thing. My kids, they do
The
because
discipline comes in if your friend.
they don't know any better.
The discipline comes in if your friend.
So the kids don't know any better. But the difference is with your friend, I don't discipline them. I just say, bro, what the fuck? And then I don't hang out with them. That's not me trying to discipline him. That's just me responding by being pissed. It's not me. I'm not expecting change out of that. You should not expect change. You should not expect to be able to change people's behaviors.
You use discipline. You use the rewarding factors in everything in your life. And everybody, right? That's you're still using. Okay, so manipulation is a part. Okay. Aside from discipline, you were taught this, right? So it stems from that. There's other motivations that stems from you getting what you want in life, right? So discipline could be a part of it, but it is definitely one of the tools that you use in every situation.
Disciplining someone and you're attempting to control someone's behavior through discipline, and they're not your kids, then you are a narcissist or.
It's not about being a narcissist.
Maybe you're not a narcissist.
I don't know how the hell this narcissism, and there's going to be 1,000 different semantics that are going to come into.
You're trying to control someone's behavior. How's that not narcissistic?
So if that behavior, if it's unfair to you, then you will push for better behavior.
You don't have any right for people to be fair to you, unfortunately.
I don't. There's no right to be had. This is a fully adult interaction. If somebody wastes your time, and if they have a liking for you,
I'm not going to try to be like, I'm not going to do some weird psychological manipulation tactic to try to manipulate them. Don't do it. I'm just going to say fuck off, and I'm going to expect that behavior from them because that's the reality. If someone's an adult and they behave a certain way, you're not going to be able to change that behavior.
Hold on. All right. Let me give a good example for you right now. Okay, so let's say you are not fat. You're in the middle, right? But I call you fat every time we meet. What would your response would be to me?
What does that even mean? I mean, that's just like that.
Can you play along with this example that I'm about to make? Can you at least play along with that?
Sure, we'll do the mental exercise. So what I would respond with is I probably would just say nothing. Like in reality, I would just not respond.
Okay, we meet again. Hey, what's up, you fat cunt? And I say that, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times in our evening or our setting that we have a little gathering with our friends.
So if I were to respond violently out of ego, hypothetically, if I did, it would be out of ego because I'm pissed, not because.
So you're going to be violent.
Not because I am trying to discipline him. It would be from ego, and because I have no. It would actually be because I don't have any discipline over myself if I were to attack him, because I didn't have any discipline.
So you would attack. So why did you say attack the first thing? Why would you attack a friend who's just jokingly calling you a fat cunt?
Because that's personally, I didn't say that's the first thing I would do. I said hypothetically, the scenario you're trying to get at is.
You know, I don't even get why you have to bring up violence to the first thing. You could have told me like, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. You know, you're fat.
Yeah,
and you're a cunt.
Right, bro.
Right, that would be still a lot more feasible solution.
That turns into a fight. I've been around this plenty. Like that's just
what are you talking about? What are you dealing with? Animals? Are you in a prison or something?
What you're getting at is that someone's gonna respond physically. But guess what? That's not me disciplining.
I'm not even getting to that point. You just made the whole story up.
Yeah, but then what are you making the analogy for if it has nothing to do with this?
So you're making the analogy in your mind. That's not me.
Don't worry, Dom. I know what you're making the analogy for. You're saying
I haven't even got to the final part. I haven't even finished the analogy with you yet.
Oh, come on. Don't play dumb.
It would just take like less than a minute. Just follow through with me.
Make my point. How are you going to ask me about an analogy and then not let me respond?
Dude, well, we were supposed to just go with this, right? And I was just going to make a point. It would take less than a minute.
I don't want to do this thought experiment because I know exactly what the point's going to be.
Okay, why don't you do a thought experiment? What, Einstein? Why don't you give me an example or a really good example that you're trying to make on your point? Because that's what I was trying to do.
I'm saying that I don't need an example. I'm arguing the negative. You're the one arguing the positive. You're trying to argue that there's need of something.
Right. I am arguing the positive, and I'm about to make a very good example. All right, listen.
There's no need
listen.
because there's
Let me explain.
People's behavior.
Since you're not going to finish the story with me, I'll just finish it myself, right? I call you a fat cunt or a lard.
Watch how I listen to your whole entire argument here.
Okay. It's not even that long. So I continuously keep doing that. And now you being your first, I don't know if your first response would be violence towards me, or I would say most likely scenario, aside from, being the first violent, which you stated was being violent towards me, you would say, dude, it's embarrassing. Please stop doing that, especially in a public gathering. And most likely, me being me, I would say, all right, dude, I thought it was funny. For some reason, I don't do that normally with friends of mine, but in this scenario, I would say, all right, dude, yeah, you know what? All right, no problem. If it's bothering you, I'll just joke about this like here or there, but I'm not going to embarrass you if that's how you perceive this, right? And I would be disciplined by you to not do this act in public.
Why do I have to see? This is exactly the point that you were going to make, that I knew you were going to make literally 10 minutes ago, dude. I don't know why I have to wait for this stupid.
No, you said it will end up in violence. I'm never going towards violence. I was just.
Either way, whether or not you're peacefully asking them to stop or you're violently asking them to stop, neither of them are disciplined. You're asking them to stop. You're not trying to train them.
I made my point. I think I was pretty clear.
You're not trying to train them to obey rules. That is a completely different thing. That's what discipline is. You're not training them by asking them to stop or forcing them to stop. Those are the two scenarios. It could be violent. It could be. They're actually the same thing. So,
okay, so can I ask Slave, you there or you passed out?
No, you're not even. I'm not done with my point. You literally can't go up on this massive announcement.
I thought you made. Okay, go ahead. Make your point. Go ahead, make your point.
You responding, you asking them to stop is not discipline, and the reason it's not is because you're asking them to stop, and I don't necessarily expect those behaviors to change. I'm asking if he will change those behaviors. That's not a training. That's not a rule. That's me asking someone to do something. That is the dumbest ask I've ever heard in my entire life. How is that? No. Look up the
example.
Read
it would discipline me to have a more cordial.
No. Look up the definition of discipline right now and read it out to me. Read it out loud.
Okay, let me read it up. Slave, you there?
Read it out loud, or I'll do it. Here, I'll do it. Verb.
I got it. The practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior.
So
Using
when
punishment or correct obedience.
I have a question to ask a teacher and I raise my hand and I ask her a question, am I training her to obey the rules of answering my question? No, you idiot. That's asking a question. It's a completely different thing. If
So
to answer that question, am I training them to answer my question? No, you idiot. That's not the same thing. Discipline is training. It's not asking or forcing someone to do something different. If you are trying to train someone to change their behaviors, that is a completely different thing than asking someone to change your behaviors.
Okay, so all right, another example.
I own me, bro. That's a terrible analogy.
Okay, can you listen to me real quick?
Terribly just
Can you listen to me real quick? Okay, so according to you, the only way somebody would be able to discipline you would be someone who's above you or who has the ability to abuse you, right?
If you actually do attempt to discipline them, then you're cringe. Oh no!
It's not about being cringe. It's about different ways of disciplining. You don't have to be abusive.
Really go off on this incel.
Okay, all right. Another. So you're calling me an incel because you lost this discussion or debate?
You just gave this.
Right? Did I call you a LARPer? Or did I call you that you're just a fake and gay and you can talk about your jiu-jitsu trainings and sparring online? I didn't do that, right? You're the first one who did that, so I'm pointing it out.
Analogy. It's a terrible analogy. I mean, like.
Yeah, but since you started cursing, I'm just pointing it out that you're the loser in this situation.
No,
I didn't attack you in any way.
I didn't attack you at any point. The only thing I said was that it's a stupid ass analogy, and the reason it's a stupid ass analogy, and the only reason
you called me an incel.
I responded with that. I was joking.
You called me an incel.
Anyone I asked Spicoli to roast, I'm going to say roast this incel. Okay, that's just what I asked Spicoli to do. Okay?
Right, exactly.
Nothing to do with that. Chill out. Anyways, if you really want me to humor your stupid analogy, I already did, but I'll humor it again.
No, you lost.
No,
no. You're so emotional you can't even control yourself.
And you literally had to laugh to.
You were spurging out earlier. You were. I can see you probably about to flip your desk or some shit.
You really want me to humor that terrible analogy? The thing is that there's a.
No, the point was I was trying to have a discussion. I'm not here fighting with you. We're both just talking, discussing a point, right?
Disciplining your woman and trying to say that you discipline your friends. Like
who has the YouTube in their background?
And I really highly doubt that you've been able to successfully manipulate or discipline.
I did. I was about to make another example of dogs because you don't abuse your dogs. You just discipline them.
I don't look at my friends or my.
I was just giving another example.
Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. Look. It's Mr. Slave's channel. There's no.
Slave, you there? Or you fucking passed out?
Yeah, I was brushing my teeth.
No, but I'm just saying.
All right.
Are we really accomplishing
all right.
here by screaming at each other? I mean, or yelling.
Dude, your volume is really low. I don't know if it's what's his face? What's that guy? Lime Maxer, fucking shoving limes up his ass. Your voice is very low. I don't know why.
No, but I mean, let's try to have a more constructive. I know this doesn't sound like something I would say, Woody, but
are you high, Spicoli?
Let's try to have a more constructive conversation about.
Well, first, can you say if you're high or not, or if you're not on any drugs?
Wait 1 second. Limaxer is echoing. Maybe he left his mic and he went to the bathroom.
I don't know if he's echoing or if it's like if he's speaking his volume is very very low.
No, when I turn off his mic, it's quiet, so he's echoing. So he probably dropped his mic, and I don't know what he's doing.
Maybe he's giving somebody a blowjob and talking at the same time.
Hey, could be.
I don't mean that. You know that. I just.
All right, Spicoli, are you intoxicated or not?
When I hear the word intoxicated, it infers alcohol, and I don't really drink alcohol.
So you can be intoxicated on other substances.
I smoke weed. I smoke weed, and when I smoke weed, that's called being stoned. Weed doesn't intoxicate you; it gets you high and stoned. Yeah, I smoke a lot of pot.
Well, intoxication, I guess, usually would refer to somebody on either alcohol or other substance, right? So hopefully, in a general setting, I think it comes pretty clear. Doesn't have to be alcohol, but it could be, high on shrooms or drunk
Okay.
or whatever.
So I'm intoxicated if that's your definition, but in my opinion, being intoxicated on weed is a lot safer.
Yeah, but high is just like another word. It's like I'm high. Like what the fuck does that even mean? What are you touching the roof? Right? That's another made up word, but usually you could be
it is.
intoxicated on kratom.
Well, I mean, like you said, you can't describe the feeling, but all I'm saying is
Right.
marijuana is a lot safer than alcohol is, in my opinion, and it's proven. So
I mean,
that's why.
I agree with that. It's that's undeniable.
But no, I smoke DMT. I take shrooms. I've dropped LSD. I've taken ecstasy. I've done cocaine. Never shot up anything. But yeah, I've done it all in my old hippie years, of course. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ever smoked DMT, Woody?
No.
Have you taken shrooms?
No.
Have you smoked weed though, right?
I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Your voice is very low still.
In other words, wait. Okay, Woody. Okay. When people say that, it means they do smoke weed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't know if you smoke it or not, but you have your.
Okay, I mean, I maybe have before, but it's not one of those regular things for me in life. I moved on from that, young pubescent stage already.
Oh, you consider smoking weed something only like young,
Yeah,
immature
people do it all the time. I'm talking about myself that I moved on from that, but when I was younger, young, dumb, and full of cum, then yeah, that's when I did, but not anymore. I mean, I don't really care how old or young you are, if you're doing that shit, but I really don't care.
Okay. I just thought you were trying to infer that if you're older and smoke weed, that you're still in a prepubescent stage.
But it is kind of dumb, Spagoli, because you're trying to escape reality. Drugs, alcohol, they help escape reality.
No, you're wrong. With alcohol, you're trying to escape reality because you're getting shit-faced. With weed, you're not trying to escape.
You're getting shit high.
You're not trying to escape reality with weed. You're trying to enhance. First of all, I use it for medical reasons, and also it enhances life. It doesn't inhibit your. It's like Cormax would say, if it's life affirming. People do not smoke marijuana to escape from reality because you do not.
It mellows them out.
You don't escape from reality from smoking marijuana. So how can
it's a
you say
depressant. Same thing as alcohol. It's a depressant. It mellows you out. People drink because it mellows them out. It gives them that good feeling. Life worry starts to go away slowly. You're a bit happier.
No, but bro, Woody, alcohol is a poison. If you drink enough of it, it will kill you. Nobody's ever died from drinking marijuana. And the Mayo Clinic, which is the best hospital in the world, told me that there's a report that say that cannabinoids and even THC in marijuana help keep you from getting cancer. So marijuana has a medical use. It's totally different from alcohol. It's not even like comparing apples to oranges. It's like comparing a Ferrari to like a 1945 motorcycle or something, in my opinion. But
I mean, bad analogy, but whatever.
But
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying that if you have like one or two drinks, you're gonna feel good. Same purpose, which people smoke marijuana. I mean, they have a similar effect. I have done both before, but I'm just saying that you just choose your drug, to feel good.
Right. But also I'm saying that if you ask any California Highway Patrol officer, I don't know if you live in California, they will tell you that when they pull over people like at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, after, they go to bars, it's 90% of the time they're pulling over people who are drinking alcohol and not smoking weed. And that's just, any cop will tell you that, and any CHP officer will tell you that. because they've told me that. So I know that for a fact, but that's neither here nor there. We should be more talking about, instead of marijuana, let's talk about what Mr. Slave wants to talk about, whether it be wokeness.
All right, Slave Corey, who do you think won that debate?
What debate?
The little debate. Who had better points and was more relevant?
The debate that was just on. I didn't see the debate. If it was, I didn't.
All right.
All
right, Slave.
I didn't see the debate. I didn't see it. I just popped on 10 minutes ago. I didn't.
No, I just want. I was trying to make examples of how you use discipline in life, and I mean, if you look up on Google, yes, that if it's abusive and so basically somebody who has abusive powers over you do that to you, right? So, but again, most people don't, use discipline as abusing the other party. It's not a factor anymore, right? So there's other ways that people manipulate to discipline accordingly to their incentive. Companies do that to you. The world does that to you. But my point was that it's not bad to discipline people around you with good behavior.
Well, first of all, Woody, in my opinion, in my experience, first of all, nowadays a lot of people don't even know what the word discipline is, let alone use discipline. And for me personally, I practice discipline on myself before anything else. I'm into disciplining myself and my life. And then obviously, if I have kids, which I don't, I would have to discipline them at times. I have cats that need to be disciplined at times, but I don't have workers that I would have to discipline. And the average person I meet on the street, unless
hold on, Slave. Lime Maxer
wants
wants to come on. He's backstage.
Okay. But the average person I meet on the street, there's no reason for me to discipline them about anything, because unless they're doing something really fucked up or something, because it's not my job to tell other people, what to do or how to live, unless they're doing something.
See? Okay, do you hear a lot of background noise right now? Let me know.
You still sound
Am I super loud?
You still sound kind of
Really?
weird.
Weird as in...
It's a lot of background noise. I mean, we can hear you. You're loud, but it's a lot of background noise.
Yeah,
But
I want to be loud because I don't want to be getting fucking interrupted anymore. That's what I fucking went and did, okay?
I mean, I'll still interrupt you. That doesn't matter.
No,
But
you won't be able to interrupt me anymore because guess what? I'll just be able to turn up my mic and I'll be louder than you, motherfucker.
No,
But
you can
anyways,
use the echo cancellation.
No, guess what? But
I can
okay,
hear.
but
What do they call it? White noise.
but anyways, I want to get back to where we were because we were not finished. You're acting like the debate's over. We were not finished.
No,
Okay,
wait,
go
hold on. I'll moderate the debate between you two.
Yes,
okay, I will moderate.
thank you. That will
No,
be awesome.
not you, Spicoli. Slave.
No, Spicoli's
not
a
you.
good guy.
No, I promise.
No,
I'll
he's
be a fair- I will
no,
be a fair
Spicoli. I know you too
moderator.
well. I know
be a
you
fair
too well.
moderator.
Just to preface what this debate is about, Spicoli, this debate is whether or not you should be disciplining people on a day-to-day basis and whether or not that's manipulative. If I am understanding correctly, these people not being you or your kids or your dog. And mainly he's saying you should be disciplining your own partner. And I think that is not okay. I think you should not be disciplining your partner in any way. If they don't respect you, then it's time to leave. You shouldn't try to discipline them into changing their behaviors into suddenly respecting you, because you're not going to change their behaviors no matter how much you try to discipline them. They're a fully grown adult and they're not going to respect you trying to discipline them. And if you do successfully change their behaviors, then you're being manipulative.
Can I just make one point? Let me make a point and then I'll shut up and you two debate. My point is this. Instead of using the term discipline, because I'm in a relationship with a woman and I've known her for 1.5 years as a friend, and now we're starting to progress to girlfriend-boyfriend type thing, okay? Now, here's the situation. Do I discipline her, or did she discipline me? No, unless we're role-playing and I want to spank her or something. But what we do is this. Instead of using the word discipline, I think a better word to use is the word advise. So,
Yeah,
in other
exactly.
words, so instead of trying to discipline somebody, it's better to advise somebody of something. And let me make a point. My mother God rest her soul, passed away 5 years ago. She was actually my best friend. She always, if she saw that we were going out and I had, let's say, like a raggedy shirt on and she didn't like the shirt or whatever, instead of saying, hey, Carrie, go change that awful looking shirt, it looks like shit on you, you know what she would say? She would always turn it into a positive and say, Carrie, don't you have a little better shirt to wear or something like that? You know, she, instead of saying you look like shit, don't wear that shirt, she would always just say, you know, she had a way, because she knew that I would rebel against that and be upset. So she always had a way of just saying, hey, Carrie, don't you think you have a little better shirt to wear? So it took, so I'm telling you, instead of using the word discipline, I think maybe Woody even means, I think the word advice, giving advice to people.
Spicoli, you know, that gave me a lot of respect for you. That's legit. That's some legit shit. And exactly, that was my whole point, is that when you ask someone to do something, you're advising them. You're not trying to discipline them, because discipline, by definition, is training.
If you have to discipline somebody that you're in a relationship with, like a girlfriend, boyfriend, then you're with the wrong person, my friend.
Yeah, bro, I just said that. Exactly. You should get the fuck out. You should leave. That's what I just said.
I mean,
That's what
everybody
I
has
just
the
said.
free will to leave. I mean,
Now,
we're not slaves
now I
anymore.
will smoke some weed, and you two debate while I smoke some weed and think more about this.
Well, you know what? You just actually made the perfect closing statement. Like, the debate's over now.
Is you go close your statement? No, it's not over.
Okay, but okay, so you're saying you disagree with Spicoli?
And you guys always make fun of us 60-plus-year-old boomers, but you see, we do have common sense and some life.
Spicoli, shut up. Go smoke
No,
your
that
weed.
was some legit shit, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. And he just said it better
yeah,
than I
I'm
could.
legit shit. You wow, so much,
What?
so much enlightenment.
Okay, whatever. But the whole point is that if you disagree with Spicoli, then we can go from there. But Spicoli just made my whole argument for me. So that's my argument. If you disagree with him, then we can go from there. What do you disagree with that statement of?
You can advise people. Discipline is more of an internal, more reward-based behavior. And when you use discipline in many different forms, whether you like it or not, the world disciplines you to following laws. You have repercussions for this, right? The authority, if you don't follow it, because of that, you'll either go to jail, or I don't know, get your name ruined, or have charges on your records.
That's
so
not
that's one form of
discipline.
discipline.
That's not
No, but
discipline.
wait, hold on.
Because
That is
they're
true. That's
arresting
true.
you.
But don't you want to focus on being in a relation? Are we talking about discipline from a cop?
I'm talking about everything that you can use discipline in everything.
Crazy analogies.
But we need to focus on discipline with females, like a marriage, a wife, and a girlfriend. more
Okay,
than
if
anything
that's
else.
what the debate is about, then I'm glad. I'm
No,
done to just stick
I don't
to
want
that.
to just everybody just is stuck in a female's vagina. I'll use all the examples. I'm not going to specifically
Okay, well then
talk
if you're
about
going to
how.
use all the examples, then let me respond to that example. When you get arrested for committing a crime, that's not the cops disciplining you. That's getting you off the fucking streets and not committing crimes anymore. That's it. That's not the same thing. They're not disciplining you and be like, oh, maybe I'm training him. That's not a training thing. That's them. That's them enforcing the law. That's an enforcement, not a discipline.
That's called you fucking up. That's called you fucking up and breaking
Yeah.
the law. That's
That's an enforcement. And I'm gonna go smoke some
Yes,
weed like
that is-
Spicoli real quick. So make a point.
And you discipline when you break the law, don't you think?
What?
If you break the law, you should be disciplined.
I mean, yeah, that is correct.
Sure, but then that discipline
You will be
discipline
disciplined
exists
by
for
spending
people
time
who
in
weren't
jail and
disciplined
getting
by their
charges on your record. So
Yeah, but
okay,
that's
so
a-
there's
that's
that's
a-
another
that's a-
that's another
that's a
that's another
discipline-
analogy.
That's
That's another
indirect
example.
discipline. It's indirect.
Oh,
That
that's
was not an
indirect
intention.
discipline.
It's
It's
indirect
discipline
because it's not
nonetheless.
intention. It's not the
It's
law enforcement
disciplined
trying to
nonetheless.
discipline you. Yes, guess what? It's you disciplining yourself. It's not the law enforcement putting you in jail and
discipline
getting you raped.
nonetheless.
Let me finish. It's not the law enforcement doesn't put you in jail to go through a shitty system and get raped a bunch so that you hopefully will come out and not want to go back. That's not why they put you in there. They put you
So
in
you're
there
okay with
to get you.
you're okay
they
with
put you in there- they
with
put you
rape in
there
the
to get you
in the prison
away.
system, right?
No, that's a total straw man. They put you in there to get you away
Right,
from
yeah,
the
I'm
streets.
pretty sure you're getting
by
off
effect- by
on the
effect of
bad
that-
conditions of the jail.
By effect of that, you become disciplined. But guess what? That's not the government disciplining you. That's you becoming
Yeah,
disciplined. That's
this
you
is-
becoming disciplined
this is
from the
just
normal
extra
consequences
steps
of reality.
of
That's
you
you just
proving
getting
my
disciplined from the
point.
consequences
That's
of
just
reality.
all it
So
is.
say
I made
if I
3
go and
examples
try to
already,
get food from a bear,
and
if I
you
go try and
lost
poke a
because
bear, and then
you were
okay, I'm gonna fucking
emotionally
turn this
you
up.
were
I'm turning
emotionally
my mic
triggered.
up. Turning my mic
slow
up.
down just a little.
If I go-
We want to be
If I go and poke a bear and I try and steal his blueberries from me and the bear bites my hand and I don't have a hand anymore, that's not the bear disciplining me. That's just me being disciplined by the nature. That's just the world disciplining you. Sometimes the universe disciplines you.
If I just go run on stage,
She is a man. That's a man.
Repercussions for that. You go through repercussions for that. For example, and if you don't want to suffer those, then you do have to follow
You
the
have to
line.
discipline
and
yourself.
you go
But that's
through-
not the bear disciplining you. The bear is just saying, get the fuck away from my berries. He's not having any sort of weird incentive to try to get you to know. He's just trying to say, get the fuck away from my berries. You're not supposed to steal my berries. I'm gonna kill
That's
you.
obvious. That's pretty
He's not
obvious.
training you. It's not a
Look at
train.
that fucking perfect ass, please.
And-
Look at that
and-
fucking perfect ass.
And when you're trying to
Spicoli,
discipline
we're
your
trying
own...
to have a debate over here, Spicoli.
No, Spicoli, that girl looked like a man. And these guys, they're probably like 5'11".
I know
and
you
they're
probably want a
broad as fuck.
Lizzo, right? Lizzo smothering your face. All right.
Okay, if you want to say that, I bet you I'm leaner than you, my man. But whatever you want to say.
I mean, I'm not the leanest or whatever. I mean, I'm okay, you know. But I don't. I mean, I don't really care for what you do in your life. I mean, you know, your
she's
jujitsu
alright.
or whatever. Who fucking cares? Oh, I go
Okay, I
spar
only
every
ever
day,
mentioned
and I go to
jujitsu.
train
Bro,
every
I only
day.
mentioned that because you were talking about slapping someone, and so in my mind, physical violence is just a different thing to me because
There
that's
was
something I counter a
no
lot.
correlation to getting slapped.
To you there
and,
isn't. To you
and,
there
and
isn't.
voluntarily
But to me there is.
going to voluntarily going to sparring with another person, voluntarily training.
I
and going
would
into
go
a
one at a
training.
time if he didn't constantly interrupt me, so I don't respect him because
No,
he
we're
interrupts
getting
me.
interrupted by Spicoli so much. I thought he was supposed to fuck off or smoke his weed or some shit.
We need people to hear this.
I don't know.
And then I made 3 very good examples that everybody
Make
does
them
this
again.
inherently.
Make them again.
Everybody.
Make them again because I dismantled
first
them,
was-
but I'll let you make them
first-
again so
no,
I can dismantle
no,
them
you
once
no, you
again.
didn't.
I
you
will.
know what?
I will.
First one
Let
was-
me mute my mic. I'm gonna
First
take
one
a dab
was-
while you make these. Guys, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Let him make his
You're
thing.
gonna take a dump?
Would I eat her pussy out? Sorry, guys, go ahead.
You're gonna. So the first example was that if I'm being a shitty friend, you would tell me that I should quit, and if I keep doing that, then we're not going to be friends anymore. So
Okay,
now
okay,
I know
let's
I'm
not do
disciplined
all three.
in
Let's not
better-
do all
in
three.
better human behavior.
Let's
it
do
could
them
be
one at a
that
time.
I
Okay, let's do
chose-
them one at a time, dude. Let's do them one at a
Okay,
time. It's
alright,
not. It's
alright. I didn't hear
exhausting.
you.
to
Go
go
ahead.
through.
I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
One at a time.
So,
please.
when you are asking your friend not to do something, and I also made the example of if you violently force them to stop doing something, that is not training. You are not expecting their behaviors to change. You're asking them to change your behaviors, and whatever consequence comes after that's up to you. Whether or not you like beat the shit out of them because you have ego, or you stop hanging out with them because you don't want to be called fat, that's up to you. But that's not you attempting to discipline them or train them to obey rules. There's no rules that you're trying to lay out. You're just saying you don't like this and I don't want you to do it anymore. You're not trying to train their behavior.
All right,
You're
so
just
I think you're
asking
still
them to
going
change
off.
it politely.
I think you're still going off of the definition of the discipline. And
Because
I did
that's
agree
what
that,
you go off of.
yes, that is the definition of the discipline. But I was going back to that discipline. There's other sources for the discipline. Who's talking about a woman over here, Spicoli?
Yeah, if you have to discipline your girl, you're with the wrong girl. You should leave. Like, if she doesn't respect you, you're not going to make her respect you.
I mean, she or he could leave. Women discipline you by sex and other favors or fucking getting your nut off.
Women do
I mean, they
discipline
do
the
that
shit out of you.
inherently.
They're-
But
women do discipline you.
you'll
It
get
is what
part
it
of
is.
it. You'll
Like,
get
I don't like
manipulated.
that shit. Yeah, that women do that shit.
It's on time.
It's nice to not be the partner who does it back, and to because you're not going to find
Okay,
a
yeah,
partner who
don't
doesn't
do it
manipulate
back.
you.
just take it up the
No,
ass
you just
from
find
everybody.
a partner who doesn't fucking manipulate you and doesn't fucking shit test you all the time
Yeah, that
and treat
doesn't
you like a
exist.
sub 5.
That's in human
Yes,
nature.
it does.
They will
No,
manipulate
actually,
you.
that's not true. No,
They will.
you need some black pill, my friend. You need some black pill, my friend, because that is
Oh,
not
I need
true.
some black pill. Okay.
Yes, that is only true in
Did you
fucking
come
sub
from the
5
black pill?
relationships, my
Did
bro.
you actually go through the black pill community, or you're just larping about knowing a community and not having any discussions with anybody, not actually
Oh,
going
buddy,
into
you
that because
have
you found it
no
instructive?
idea how black pilled I am, my friend. You have no idea.
Okay, give me some sources or
But
where your whereabouts so I
all I
can
want
get
to
an
say is
idea.
that you're not going
of
to get
if you're-
shit
if you're-
tested and manipulated by a girl who finds you extremely attractive.
One at a
Shit
time,
test
one at a
is-
time. Slow down, please. One at a time.
Spicoli, shut up. I'm trying to fucking have a debate over here.
I'm fucking
No, it's fine. I'm fine with Spicoli. I'm glad Spicoli's here. He's making
No,
it fun.
it's more of an
People need to
interruption
hear
than having points
People
because
need
he's
to hear
interrupting you too. But I guess you're too stupid to kind of realize that.
No, I just don't give a shit, and I have my mic turned up, and you can still hear me because I mogged the panel. I voice mogged the panel, so I can just talk over everyone.
But no, yes, you're correct. You might be. The thing is, I'm not listening to the YouTube side of this, so I don't know who's mogging who, especially when it comes to mic mogging right now, right? I don't know if you want to test that or listen to YouTube and see which mic is actually mogging. Do you want to look at this?
Sure. Let's just start talking, and then I'll be able. Mine is going to be louder because I have a fucking louder mic. So let's see whose mic is louder right now. You're not talking though, so you have to talk so we can see whose is louder. Mine is, bro. Mine is way louder. I can hear it right now. It absolutely destroys yours.
I mean, it's funny. I used to do that too. So it is funny. I know what you're doing. All right.
It's because you kept interrupting me.
No, I mean, I was hoping that maybe your point was done, but it kept going on. All right, so
No, you made the long ass points. I remember sitting there for like 10 minutes waiting for your point to end at one point. And I actually sat there and waited. I wanted to interrupt you so bad, but I didn't because I'm actually a respectful debater.
no, I'm being as respectful as I can too until you.
No, you're not. You're debating me every
insulted
single. Oh my
You
God,
come from the
whatever.
Black Book community. And
When did I
insulted
insult
me
you?
first.
When did I insult you?
And
When did I
then-
insult
and
you?
then
When did I
okay,
insult
so,
you?
So
When I said Spicoli roast this insult, when I said Spicoli roast this insult, it's just a
No,
joke.
it was before that. It was before that. It was before.
I said you have no IQ.
IQ.
No, I didn't. No. That's actually not true at all. That's actually not true. I can't wait to go back and we'll review this and we'll see that that's not
So you
true
didn't,
because
you
I
didn't
didn't.
call me an incel with,
Nope.
at some point before Spicoli jumped on?
No, I did not.
But why did you say incel? There was no point of bringing incel down.
It's just because it's just
That's why I
funny
wanted-
to say Spicoli roast this incel. It's just funny.
No,
Like,
not
Spicoli calls people
Spicoli.
incels.
Before this, I heard the
I didn't. I just told you I didn't. I literally just told you. I told you I didn't say it. Well, I didn't. You can go and review the entire stream. You will not find me saying incel before. Okay, I would love to see it. I'll love to see it. I'll love to see it. I'll send you $50 if you can show me saying incel. I'll send you $50 if you can show me saying incel before
Okay, no, I
Spicoli
guess if I get time
comes on.
tomorrow, I'll check. That because here's why I brought it up. Before Spicoli jumped on, I know the part that you're talking about when he says Spicoli roasted incel. I know about that part, but before that,
I'll send you money. I'll send you money if you can find it. I'll send you money.
no, I'm not. I don't want your money.
Hey,
And-
guys, hold on.
Okay, then whatever then. But I bet you.
Been stuck up her
Then what do you
ass,
want?
guys. She's got something
Put your money where your
stuck up her
mouth
ass.
is. If I said it before Spicoli came on, put your money where your mouth is.
Before Spicoli came on.
If I said it before you came on, put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. I didn't say it. I wouldn't say incel. I don't use that term.
I'm not giving my information. Nor
Wait, hold on, guys. This is a 10. This woman is a 10. You are looking at a fucking 10 right now.
Yeah, she is very beautiful.
She's a fucking 10. That's a 10, guys. Guys,
Mr.
you
Slave,
should
where
use
are
a
you?
fucking 10. That's a
I'm
10.
here. I don't think she's a 10. She's barely a 6.
Oh, damn, what's the biggest issue about her?
Barely a 6. Bullshit.
I do like
She's
Slave's
way too
analysis on
wiggly.
these females. because he does bring up good points that he's looking for like the best, body wise. I guess face really doesn't matter to Slave. But it's just funny when I do hear your analysis on these women. All right.
She's okay, but she doesn't have a thigh gap.
Is that a fetish thing, or is there like an evolutionary, evolutionary? Is there an evolutionary positive, I guess, trait to having a bigger thigh gap, or is that just your
Thigh
thing,
gap
Slave?
indicates thigh gap happens when the hips are wide. Hips are wide. That means she can,
Carry
she's
babies. She's a good baby carrier.
Yeah.
Okay, so the wider the thigh gap, the wider the hips are, which means there's an easy access for the babies to come out.
Yeah. And then she'll have a nicer ass for when you do doggy styles too. That's another added feature.
I mean, I guess, but most of the women can have babies.
Right, but I'm telling you what attracts me. So I'm attracted to. I need to have a thigh gap. Without
Well,
a thigh gap,
it's not an evolutionary positive, or if it's not a plus on the evolutionary side, because most of the women can have kids. I was just saying that if it's your thing, it's whatever, it's your thing.
Alright, look at the fake tits on this broad. And look at the
They are all surgically enhanced.
I don't think any of them have any surgeries.
I love those
Oh.
tan lines.
All right, I want to
What do you
go back
think
to
of
the
those tan
definition.
lines?
I want
No,
some
I
more
don't care
sprinting
about
on the
this anymore.
stream.
Okay, fine. Let's go back to it. Go back telling you. So
So
the
I'm going to
definition
break
is
down
the
the
definition.
definition.
I'm not going to let
No, I'm
you
going to
go
break down
into
the
another
definition
definition and create your own definition of discipline.
Because
I'll let you do that while I do
What is the
because
definition-
most of the
wait,
time
guys,
abuse is
guys,
not
what is
used
the
in a
definition
relationship.
of a woman? What is the
Mr.
definition
Slave,
of a
I
woman?
want your opinion on this. It's an open panel. I want your opinion,
Okay,
Mr.
Slave.
Slave.
Yeah, what's your opinion on
What
this?
is your opinion on disciplining your partner?
Okay,
And by
just point
discipline,
out who
no, let me
has
say
the more valid points. Who had
No,
had
I don't
more
care about that.
heavier
That
or
is so
valid points?
stupid. That is
I guess-
cringe. That is okay.
You
Fine.
made
Yeah.
your points,
Who has
and
better
I made
points?
mine.
Fine.
What were you doing?
First of
throughout
all,
this whole
Mr.
thing?
Slave. First of all, Mr. Slave, I just want you to answer. What do you think about this scenario? What do you think about disciplining your partner? And by discipline, I don't. By discipline, he doesn't
and then you
mean
can elaborate
ask.
on the-
He
on the
means
discipline.
literally like discipline, like psychologically condition them to change their behavior. What do you think about that, Mr. Slave? Oh my God, I can't even talk. I'm gonna turn my mic up.
Discipline him. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right about. Well, no, but that's a sexual thing.
Right. So, in general, I mean, even with children, I find it. I'm very old, and I've evolved, and I've developed methods. Like at this point, I can teach super nannies how to be super duper nannies.
Real quick, Slave, your voice is coming in very low because of the background noise from Lime Up the Ass Maxter.
I can actually hear.
It's just the
fine, but I'll turn
background
this up.
noise. Yeah, you might be mogging it, but it's just the background noise it's picking up.
What you can do, Limax, is just mute yourself when you're not mogging the mic.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Oh, you know what? That's better. Okay, that's better. Go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. So it's possible to get any behavior that you want with, just being nice, like rewarding the positive, ignoring the negative. Like today, after my MMA class, so there's kids running around, so they love me and we play together. And in general, I have full control of kids. Like even kids that are very difficult and parents find them very difficult to control, with me they're like soldiers. Immediately, like we do, exercise, and they're well behaved. So there's and with my dom, I mean, obviously I don't want to tell her how to behave, but I do reward her. I mean, she doesn't notice it, but I reward her for when at the end of the day, she gets rewarded for what she does that I like, and she doesn't get rewarded when I don't like it. So she learns that way, even if it's subconscious. Aware of the lesson. She just
Agree.
She just notices. Wait, she maybe even she doesn't notice, but when she asks for something, sometimes I have to refuse because I cannot give her everything. So I don't know if he notices, but anyway, so yeah, I don't discipline anyone at this point in my life. I try to be like if somebody like people were assholes to me, I just left the community. I mean, I tried and tried and tried.
Right. But Slave, weren't you? I guess with rewards or rewards for good behavior. Is it okay? You tell me. Isn't that a sort of discipline that you're enforcing without
No,
abuse?
no.
Well,
You're trying
can
to.
you let Slave answer, or do you want to answer for him? And then you can ask Slave
I
a
won't
question.
answer for him, but I'll let him answer.
Well, I understand the word that you're having a problem with the word discipline. I never use the word discipline. I just don't use that. I don't control people. I give advice.
Everyone disagrees with you so far, buddy. Woody, everyone has disagreed with you so far. Just saying.
And even
Okay,
let
that's
him
not.
finish.
No, but the point is, like, I brought up TFM, so I was gonna play the Pimp's Prayer, but then Woody Johnson says no, it's just a metaphor. I don't think it's a metaphor. I think he really hates women. I mean, the guy talks so much about how much he hates women. So when he says that he wants to hit them, I don't think it's a metaphor. I think he really, really wants to hit them. He really hates them.
And even if it is, I think it's stupid. And so let me I want to build off of what you just said really badly. So what you're saying is that you don't discipline people, you reinforce behaviors and you reward them to reinforce those behaviors. And so Woody, no, I was just going to say that you are getting those two things conflated. Discipline is not rewarding behaviors and reinforcement. No,
You don't
reinforcement.
use abuse. You use rewards.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. You can either abuse or reward to reinforce behavior, but reinforcing behaviors is reinforcement. It's not changing them. It is a completely different thing.
There's many ways you could use reinforcement too. There's many ways you could use discipline. There's many ways you could use reasoning, right? There's many ways you could use logic. But if you by the definition, the Google definition says that that you would do that by abusing people, but nobody does that anymore. There's very little abuse, if there is any. Most of the people they have learned.
There's tons of abuse. What are you talking about? People psychologically abuse people all the time.
On a grand scale, I think that there's 7 billion people.
Everyone is out to get each other and change each other's behaviors and gaslight each other, and it sucks because no one even knows what they're doing. They're just trying to manipulate each other without even knowing how. So it's like, what do you mean?
Abuse or violence.
Abuse as in physical and violence, but people are mentally abusing people all the time. And this is where we disagree because you don't think discipline is abuse, but I do.
I mean, you are correct. With we never got to the mental part, but yes, you are correct. There is mental abuse too, but we were just going off I guess I was trying to stick to the word discipline, and I was just trying to say that you don't have to abuse people. You can use other ways of disciplining people around you. But I guess you have a problem with that because you think other than yourself and children, you cannot discipline anybody else. But I think you can with good behavior and rewards on good behavior.
Okay, but I don't agree with that because I just don't think you should be disciplining people who are trying to change their behaviors.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to agree with it. You live your lifestyle the way you want. I'm not.
But you're not going to change an adult's behavior. You're not going to be able to discipline people, no matter how hard you try. It is manipulative behavior. It is manipulative, narcissistic behavior. You're attempting to change someone's behaviors. You're not their parent. You're not, and they're not your dog. So it's like that is manipulative. You're being narcissistic for doing that. What makes your behaviors? What makes your interpretations of what their behaviors should be any better than their interpretation of what their behaviors should be? And if you're basing that off of if it works better for you and you think their behaviors should suit better for you, they should be nicer to you, their behaviors should work for you, then that's narcissism.
Wait, by the way, I mean, Limaxer, when you talk that way, you're kind of being violent. So, you're like...
When I talk with the loud voice mod mic?
No, I mean,
that too, but that's not my point. My point is you're being a little bit violent with Woody Johnson.
I'm just
No,
a very
it's
abrasive
okay.
debater. It is what it is. Like it's just what I do.
it's
And
okay,
the only
Slade.
reason I'm arguing like this is because at the start, when I was trying to make points, he kept interrupting me. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit abrasive, but I'm not attacking him. I'm not being violent. I'm just abrasive.
No, you're good in my
The-
opinion.
everyone thinks
I don't
so.
really care. I think you're. I mean, for me, you're pretty stupid, and you'll just be at the slaughter. You'll be slaughtered for the world. But I mean, that's
I mean,
your
you can
lifestyle.
think that, but if you are literally getting manipulated by every single relationship you're in to the point where you have to physically hurt them to make them stop manipulating you, then I don't know if it's me, because I'm not getting manipulated by people. That's a you thing. That just tells me. That just tells me. That just tells me that people look at you as someone that they're able to abuse. So that's actually something you should be telling
was that
yourself,
statement
buddy.
towards me or just a
I
general?
don't know. You're the one saying that you use discipline. You're the one
Well,
saying
I'm
that
asking
you
you,
use
was your
discipline, and you're
statement-
also saying that you get in every relationship you've ever been in.
Can you
you've
answer
been
the
shit
question
tested. That's
first
what you've
instead
been
of
saying,
moving
and they've
on?
been trying to manipulate
Was that
you. No, I've been
statement
making a
towards
point, and
me,
you're
or
interrupting
was
my
it
point and
towards
trying to make
somebody else?
something random.
Or in
And
general?
so the whole point is that if people are
Well, no, 'cause
manipulating you in your life,
you're the
then you are
definition
being
of an
seen as a
idiot now.
pushover by people.
If
You're
that's
being
what you
seen
got
as a
from the
pushover by
conversation,
people.
that I think
Well,
is
the whole thing is that if people but see, this is where we disagree that discipline isn't abuse or whatever, and we don't have to agree with that. But what you're trying to say is that people are going to manipulate you left and right. But me personally, I don't get manipulated by everyone I see, and the reason why I don't get manipulated by everyone I see is because I'm not seen as a mark or a pushover by people. The only reason you're manipulated by everyone you see is because you are perceived as a mark or a pushover, most likely, and so that is a personal issue. And sure, you might have to find out some sort of psychological battle to like fight against that. But personally, I don't have to deal with that. Well, bro, you're the one who brought up being stupid, and that I was going to get attacked in real life. So that's why I had to respond with my own personal attack towards you, because this is my interpretation of why you think everyone is manipulated. Because me personally, I don't really talk about people who manipulate. Well, because I literally, you've been trying to interrupt me for the past 10 minutes. I actually can't talk for over a minute without you interrupting me. No one can hear you. No one can hear you.
Okay, guys, hold on. I mean, you're trying to convince I'm assuming you're trying to convince each other, so you need to let each other talk. So but I would
Well,
recommend.
I am trying to talk, so let me talk.
No. Let's play. I call it ping pong. So everybody makes a
Okay.
short sentence, and if the other wants to interrupt, you let them interrupt. So let each other interrupt. As soon as somebody else tries to talk, let them talk. But make it short. Make it snappy.
No, I've already pretty much made my point. At this point, his only rebuttal was that, oh, well, you're just going to get attacked in real life. And then so when I gave him my own personal rebuttal to that, because that's not true, you're actually just getting manipulated by people in your life because you're being perceived as a pushover, he got angry about that, and it struck a nerve because it's most likely true. So
No, I was asking because I didn't know if that was pointed towards me or was that like a general statement. But you didn't answer. You just kept going on and on. So I could have
because I
replied
was
to
still making the point.
Well, okay, you moved on to another point. I was asking you if that statement was towards me.
Which statement in particular?
That statement that that you seem
That
to be
you're a
a
pushover?
pushover.
Yes, that was directed at you, and the reason it was directed at you is because you seem to think that if you don't have these weird manipulative narcissistic tactics that you're going to get rolled over in life. But most people don't have to deal with this stuff because most people aren't perceived as pushovers who are able to be manipulated by others, so they don't ever have to deal with manipulative people, or they just ghost manipulative people and only interact with people who aren't manipulative. It's better to just do that than to try to play this weird battle of narcissists and go and try to manipulate everyone in the world, because you're not going to be able to do that, especially not if you're not high IQ. Or high social intelligence, which is one and the same.
Social intelligence or IQ, they're not the same.
No, they're one and the same. See, this is where I disagree. I think this is a cope for people who have low IQ to be like, well, I have a high social intelligence. I know how people act. No, actually, everyone knows how people act because Jordan Peterson has an insanely high IQ. He's probably like 145, 150 IQ, and he used that
So he broke
IQ
this
to
down
learn
because
about.
this idea of the EQ. I guess that's like the social IQ, but it was yeah. Now I remember correctly. It was the EQ. He broke it down
Yeah,
that
I
it was
disagree
made
with
by
this.
it was made by like a journalist. That there's emotional intelligence.
Oh, okay. Then maybe I do agree with him. I didn't want. I thought you were trying to
Right, and
disagree with my point.
I'm assuming that that's what you were talking about because
No, I don't even know he said that. I guess me and him just came to the same conclusion.
Right, the EQ part has by Jordan Peterson because I'm not Crowder who has a team of looking into these discussions where it came from or whatever. But that's where EQ, which is emotional intelligence, formed from. When you were talking about social intelligence, I assumed I just went with it. I
Yes,
assumed
emotional
that's what it
intelligence.
was.
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah,
when you say
people
social
conflate
intelligence,
them.
that right, okay. So that's another new term. If social intelligence is the thing now, that's another made-up fake term. I'm pretty sure.
Yes,
Made out
I'm
of somewhere.
telling you, my whole point was that I think emotional intelligence / social intelligence are both just an extension of your IQ. If you have a high IQ, you can go interact with a bunch of people and you'll gain social intelligence. It's just the problem is most high IQ people don't interact with a lot of people, so they end up not having a very high social intelligence because they're not very experienced in that field. But think of it like chess. If you take someone who's very average IQ and you have them train that chess for a year and then put him against someone with high IQ who's never played chess before, they're going to beat him. But you let that high IQ player play chess for a month, they're going to beat that average person. And that's the same thing in social intelligence. You can have manipulated people your entire life, but if a high IQ person takes a month to even try to learn psychology, they're going to be able to, they're like actually a really dangerous person.
I mean, I agree with some parts of it. I don't think it was a good example of like
if they're intending to discipline people, then they're this dangerous person. But if they're not, which most high IQ people aren't out there to go get people and change their behaviors, then it's all right.
Well, this is scientifically documented that good rewards with good behavior would lead to better behaviors towards you by others.
Yeah,
so you are manipulating the
conditioning is a real thing, but I don't think that you should be doing that.
Wait, you shouldn't be doing what again? Say that again.
You shouldn't be psychologically conditioning people who aren't your children.
Why shouldn't I do that? Everybody does that to me
it's
in the world.
manipulation. It's narcissism.
Your work
Well,
manipulates
then don't
you.
interact with those people. Then
The
don't interact
system
with those people.
manipulates.
Well, I don't work. That's why I don't
No,
work.
the
That's why
propaganda
I'm not-
manipulates you. Right. No, but
That's
I'm
why I
saying
make
everybody
money. That's why I
inherently
don't
does that.
get in relation. Well, then I don't interact with those people. And marketing is not. Marketing is trying to manipulate multiple people. If you fall for that, that's your own thing. That's a completely different thing. They're casting out the net. They're casting out the net. What? What's Mr. Slave?
Could you fix your mic? I mean, you're destroying the stream.
He's trying to mock the mic.
Anyway, what do you guys say that we
So-
conclude and kill ourselves?
Wait, say that again, Slave.
What do you? I recommend that we conclude.
Man, I was about to make a real good point.
Okay, make your point, then I'll make my closing statement. I know Slave is a lizard person, so he probably has to go be a slave for another female. But you go make your point, then you make your final statement, and I'll make my final statement, and then
I forgot what it was. But what's your final statement?
you make it first.
No, I want to reply to your final statement. I already said pretty much
No,
everything.
I
need to
pointed
say,
that
and
out
you're the one-
first, so
and you
I
are
called
the
a
one-
shotgun on that.
Yeah, but you're the one making a claim, and I'm the one disputing the claim. So it makes sense that you would make the final statement first.
It's vice versa.
No, it's not.
We're both presenting our best examples for our claims.
You're saying you should be disciplining your partner. This is all about TV.
I'm saying you should be disciplining everything. You should be manipulating as much as you can of your environment. You can obviously manipulate everything,
Oh, yeah, okay, wait,
but you
let me
try
make
to
that
do
point I
your
was about to
best.
make. Let me make that point I was about to make. So that point I was about to make was that when a business is marketing, sure, they might be manipulating you, but you got caught in that manipulation. They're casting out a net, and if you get caught in that net, that's not them personally like attacking you and trying to suck you in. It's like you got caught in the net. That's on you. That's a completely different thing than one-on-one manipulation, and like that stuff can be dark. Have you ever seen The Shrink Next Door?
So why do you have to point out that every different form of manipulation and different more form of discipline to give it a different word? That's just mental
Because
chess
it's very
with extra
ambiguous.
stupid
It's
steps.
ambiguous.
No, we're
It's all very
supposed to do
ambiguous.
concluding remarks.
Okay, Woody, make
All
your
right, go ahead,
concluding
line
remarks.
match, sir. I pointed
No,
out
I'm not
first that we
making
gotta make a closing statement. I pointed that out first, so I called a shotgun on that. You gotta go first now.
No, you're the one saying that TVM is correct. So
This
tell
is a
me why you
closing
think TVM is
statement.
correct.
Even if I,
I
you're
made
gonna
my
make.
closing statements. I'm done. I'm done then. Make your closing statements.
All right.
I already made mine.
All right, so my closing statement is, and this would be the general term. I'll just break this down as short, as concise as possible. Everything and everyone is out there that is trying to manipulate you. Sometimes you do get manipulated, even if you're younger, older, middle aged, whatever. Everybody does that without even realizing this. This is a part of human nature, right? So even Red Pill teaches men. I mean, I know it's majority of the time it's for females, but I think Red Pill, Black Pills, they go further out in life. You can learn from this philosophy, you take the best from it, and move on. That's what I do. I don't have to toe on to that philosophy or get the flag, holding the flag going on everywhere to claiming to be red pill, blue pilled, or whatever the fuck it is. But my point is that this happens to you. Yes, you should be getting smarter and know that when there's a scam, when you're being manipulated, the discipline comes in different factors with that too. The law, it disciplines you after if you do a wrong deed, because these are the laws now. You discipline your dog.
I already dismantled that point. They don't discipline you. They arrest you.
No, you didn't.
Guys,
no. You can't make that point. You already made this point.
Because inherently we want to conquer and we want to kill, but because of the laws.
If someone arrests you, they're taking you off the street. They're not disciplining you. We already made this point.
Okay,
when
guys.
any discipline
You are
that comes out of
disciplined
that
by
is
their
indirect.
action.
Okay.
Yes, that's indirect. That's not them attempting to discipline you.
All right, we said concluding remarks.
All right, so again, the last thing I'll say that discipline works on you. With good behaviors. The definition of discipline, yes, it uses that it's abusing people or others. So I made that clear that I'm not talking about abusing people around you. You can train them with good behavior. That's what I pointed out since before. Just like you train your dogs, just like you train your kids
people aren't your
to be
dogs.
better.
People aren't your kids.
Okay, we're not.
So who
debating that, we're
fucking cares? You just be a carpet for everybody. But I'll choose to be
He's just
different.
making the same
But you don't
exact
have
statements
to.
that
You don't have
he
to.
already made.
You don't have to be
I
bad at
already
this.
dismantled all of these statements. Like what the hell?
No, you didn't. You don't have
Yes,
to
I
like
did.
it. You
No,
don't
I
have to
already
like it. You
dismantled
can
every
be
single other
whatever
statement. The
whatever
statements you made
carpet you
so
want to
far.
be.
One, the government disciplines you. No, they don't. The government isn't disciplining you. They're arresting you and
They
getting you off
discipline
the
you
street.
after you
being
do a
disciplined.
bad deed.
That's you being disciplined because you got raped
that is
in
a
prison.
form
That's
of
a completely
discipline.
different thing. No,
That
it's not.
you can
They
say
didn't
different words,
intend
but
that, dude. But they didn't intend that. That's not them deliberately
again, my point
disciplining
is
you.
correct.
You're saying that the world is out
you
to
can
discipline
go with
you.
extra steps.
You are getting
You can go
disciplined
and
by
get
nature.
through
I
with
already
extra
made
steps,
this
but
point. When
my
a bear
points are still
scratches
valid.
you, you're getting disciplined by
My
nature.
points are
You're
still
not getting
valid.
disciplined
You're
by the
just
bear.
coming from a point of view that you cannot manipulate the environment around you for your benefit. You're gonna say that's narcissist or
No, you
whoever the fuck,
can't
but I don't
manipulate
care.
the world. You're not going to manipulate the world.
You
You're not
can.
gonna manipulate
I'm
the
talking about your
government.
environment. I'm not
You're
talking
not
about
gonna change
the
people's behaviors.
That's.
Let me ask you a question. Do you want to meet tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. continue,
Yeah.
or 11 p.m.
Sure,
and continue?
sure. Let's do that. Let's do that.
I'm not a. I guess I have videotapes to return and I have shit to do. So maybe he could hop on and maybe you guys could have a discussion. But I won't be able to tomorrow.
Wait, tomorrow night neither tomorrow night?
Maybe tomorrow night, but not tomorrow morning.
Okay, so let's
so that last thing I'll say, and then that's it, because I know you gotta.
No, because we tried this multiple times. You guys always go back.
I don't want to have closing statements because he's dumb, and I'm just going to reply to them because they're horrible statements.
You're stupid, and you keep missing the points.
Okay, listen. So let's continue tomorrow night, 11 p.m. So then you can continue as much as you want. I mean,
and just by the way, both Spicoli and Mr. Slave agree with me, so.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't actually matter who. It doesn't influence the debate. But
First of all,
both Spicoli and Mr. Slave agree with me.
Spicoli is a very stupid LARPing person.
No,
You know, he
honestly,
talks
now
about a lot of
after
different.
listening to him tonight,
Yeah, I know, because you're gullible,
I
stupid.
gained some
That's
respect.
why.
Okay, so
Slave,
We'll
he has
see
some
each other
background.
tomorrow.
Wait,
Bye,
he has some
Slave.
good
Have a
background, so
night.
I'll.
I hope to become a regular on this stream. I'll continue to voice Mog Woody.
Hey,
I'll see you
Slave,
guys.
I got you another regular, so that's good.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me on, Slave. You know, I just, in the end, I think everybody does manipulation and discipline. It's just, you know, extra step of calling something else. But whatever. I mean, that's my opinion. Nobody's going to change that. He can live his own lifestyle. I'll live mine. You know, I just wanted to point that out, and you know, it's just what it is. And I don't have to agree with people, but you know, it's
Of
just a
course not.
discussion. You know, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I hope to see you tomorrow night, man.
All right, good night,
11
Slave.
p.m. Eastern. Yeah, good night. Bye bye.